Alright. So last time, combat started. Cole, which house are you in? If you click on Roll20 and you hold your mouse on somewhere, it gives a little blip. So where do you think you are? Which house?
I think I would be in this one.
Okay, then move you over there. I'm gonna go ahead and make you visible, Cole. Alongside the house here. So last time combat started, Cole, you got here just a few minutes before the rest of the group did. As I said, the person you've been kind of tracking and following in secret has mysteriously disappeared alongside the rest of the village. You got here just after they did, so you have no idea where the villagers are yourself or what's happened. After looking around a little bit in a couple of the buildings, this one and now, suddenly shit went down. You heard voices from outside, you heard movement, you heard people, and suddenly you see a group of about 4 other people come in. A centaur, a younger man, whatever the fuck Kitka is, and an old and a human male who's wearing a coat, Bator. At first, I think you're probably a little more hesitant on just revealing yourself, but now there's a lot of shit happening. There are strange, spectral, and ethereal, essentially ghosts coming out of this forest, and you know that unless you find yourself a really good hiding space, you're probably going to be in a fight yourself pretty soon. Okay, and we're starting currently.
Ready to slap
I believe it is Lucas's turn.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably more, depending. 6. I'm gonna slap that skeleton closest to us, and I'm gonna be cute and start slapping the magic. I need a calculator.
Okay. Lucas, we'll get down to you.
I don't need to move, it's Eldritch Blast. I'm
so
slapping with Eldritch Blast, and that thing has a really good radius! Slapping with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, roll me to hit them.
What's my magic? That's what I figured. Give me that 22. I have to roll a d10. Fuck!
You hit, you definitely hit. How much damage you do?
That's a full 10 damage.
Nice. Anything else? Or is that your turn? If you can't do anything else, then
I don't remember everything I can do, but I am gonna stay right there.
Every wizard.
I do, but it's a spell.
Do you have a bonus action?
No, I'm staying.
Okay, Sammy, are you doing anything? Yes or no? Okay. It is Santiago's turn, and I am controlling them. So they are going to. So I only just now got their thing because they're not joining us. Wow, Maya really doesn't have.
I think they have a list.
Write down anything. Okay. They've got a revolver, so they're going to shoot.
You want me to roll for Santiago considering I have a dice?
I got a big old dice bucket. I got it. I'm saying it's fun. Santiago shoots at the skeleton that you attacked as well, Lucas, but they miss. Kitka, it's your turn. You are currently in the bottom of a well. You're really wet, you're really fucking cold, and you're looking up and you see a little bit of peeking light through this hole, the fucking I think it was 30 feet above you or something. But you're currently just sat in the water. There is a rope. Actually, no, the rope's not down there, is it? Because the rope pulled up the little girl, so you don't even have a rope. You could try climbing, you could try flying, or you could look around the bottom of the well. Or you could do whatever you have. You know, I'm just trying to put a couple ideas out there. You could ask someone to toss a ghost down the well with you so you can attack them.
I will just put that idea out there. If you guys want to, yeet something into the well, I'll take care of it. But I guess I'll look.
You should try and climb.
Is my whole action if I decided to
No.
look around at the bottom
I'd
of the
give you,
well?
like,
That
a
would that
free
be my
action for
whole?
that. It's not too
Oh,
much.
okay. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll look around and then I'll try.
I'm not even having
out
roll for this. You glance around, you dig through the mud a little bit. There's like
Okay.
there's like a layer of water, so you can't really see much in there. If you really want to dig in and like look for anything, yeah, but it's still like a layer of water that's dark with mud and shit. Well, it's mostly, but you're digging around a little bit. You kick around. There's not much down here. There's like a broken hilt of a sword that's like been long forgotten. There's like remnants of a bucket. I was just broken and fell in here one time. There's not much. You're gonna try and
glow and throw it down there, and that's when we found the little girl.
Oh yeah, there is like a glowing rock in the water as well. I don't think it lasts very long though.
I don't think it has a duration.
I guess I'll try to climb out.
Okay.
That'll work.
It's fine. You can make your way up. It'll be half your movement speed, but the walls are jagged enough. There's been enough water in here that they're pretty rough. There's lots of little handholds and lots of little holes. You think you can climb out pretty easily, but it will take you. You can use your whole action to dash to the top, basically, which will be 30 feet of your movement. You gonna do that?
I mean, I guess. It's not like I'd be able to do anything else anyway, so...
Is that what you're going to do then? You're going to use your full movement to get to the top of the well? Okay.
Yes.
Lucas and Bator, you're looking around at specters and shit around you, when suddenly a disgusting, wet, muddy hand erupts from the well and clasps onto the brick. You see Kitka
The little girl
pulling themselves out. Hey Cole, look at the Roll20 chat. Bator, what are you doing?
I'm gonna summon Eldritch Cannon.
What am I doing?
Where are you putting it?
It's a walking cannon barrel.
I know what it is. Where are you putting it?
Right next to me.
Sam, just hit it in Roll20 and sure. Right next to you?
Yeah.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
can.
right there-ish?
Yeah, right there.
Like next to the table here? How about that? That square there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what I should use as the... You know what? We'll just
That's
make this
my boy!
owl big and say that's your Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
What are you doing now? Can you do anything else?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to have it fire at that ghost.
Okay. Go ahead and
Close
which
one.
one? The one with the spear, or the one over here?
That one.
Okay. Roll me to hit them.
15.
That hits. Roll me damage.
Okay, it's 2d8. 9 force damage.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Cole. 9. Okay. Did I get
It also gets knocked back 5 feet.
Ooh,
Unless
does
it's
it?
a construction
No, it does.
construct. Okay.
You push down. What does your force cannon look like? Describe it real quick. Not too much
It's
detail, but enough.
it's a metal tube with like crossbow arms at the end, unlike a ball, but the bottom half of the ball has turned into 8 legs.
Okay, that's fun. That's pretty fun. You put this down, and this eldritch ball of energy and magic explodes out of the front of it, slamming into the specter you designated, pushing it back several feet as it gives out this terrifying in pain as it is thrown backwards. Next is going to be a doggo's turn. Let me take this one is smaller. This one. This one is going to run up. Let's go. This dog is running at you, Sean, and it moves to its movement there when suddenly you watch and it just blinks out of existence and then reappears right next to you. And it is going to try and attack you. What is your AC?
It should be 15.
Okay. It
Oh, no!
gets a crit on you
Oh, I got crit.
immediately. First
Wait,
enemy
guys.
attack of the game, and it lands a crit. Luckily, it's a pretty low level. It is going to. It does 10 damage to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this other one, and this one is there. Cole, are you hiding? What are you doing currently?
I am currently hiding.
Okay, can you roll me a stealth check?
Stealth check.
Yeah, so you roll d20 plus
That's
your
with the
stealth
d20,
stat.
right?
So you roll a d20, and you just you can see your skills. Are you using D&D Beyond?
Yes, I am.
There's an entire list of skills. Do not add your dexterity plus stealth. Just add whatever your stealth says. Plus.
So you roll
Okay.
a d20 plus 4.
Okay, so on this, my stealth says +4.
So roll a d20 plus 4.
I got a 15.
Okay. You're currently ducked down beneath like a table or something, and you see this blinked, this ghostly specter dog run past the house. And for a second, it thinks it like hears you or sees you or something, but it completely ignores you. Kitka, you're currently at the top of the well, and this thing's going to blink to you and attack you as well. What's your AC?
1 second. 15.
It completely misses. It bites at you, and you like hold down your trident, like basically bearing it against its teeth, not allowing it to get any closer to you, like holding it back. It's like trying to get at you. Next is going to be this boy's turn. What has happened to the turn?
Is my mute working when I mute myself, or is it just ignoring it entirely? But I figured. I think you messed your turn order up.
I didn't
think it's
hear you when
working.
you were talking, so. Yeah, I don't. For some reason, the turn order has decided to go completely wacky.
I put on my
I'm gonna try and fix it real
put on
quick.
my
and this
Lucas
will just be
glasses
like a
because
report
these are how I
card.
play them, and it helps me.
1, 2, 3, 4. What the fuck has happened? I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. It's your turn though. It's the top of the turn order. What are you doing while I'm fixing this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can continue
me?
to hide. You can come out and attack something. There's a multitude of options. It's just what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Would there be a way for me to get to this house that's right... Oh wait, wrong button. Right here.
You don't really see any other entrances besides the door right in front of you, unless you can teleport or something. You could maybe go by roof, but you don't know if there's a way in through the roof. So it's kind of hard to say.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to stay hidden and just keep watch for him.
Okay, I fixed the turn order. You're still currently hidden. Do me another stealth check while you're hiding again.
That's a 19.
Okay. This boy is going to run
Oh,
up
honey, don't do that.
20 and attack you, Lucas. Oops. He's going to run up and try and stab at you with a spear.
14.
What's your
As a reaction, I'm gonna Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
I know, I'm saying if it hits me, as a reaction, I will Hellish Rebuke.
Well, it has to hit you first. You can only hellish your. It lands right on your AC and it manages to attack you. And it's going to attack you. again, and it definitely hits you again. So this thing runs up to you, Lucas. You kind of like jump in surprise as it gets closer. You can see it much more clearly. It's this ethereal, spectral visage of this like old skeleton of what you assume is a soldier of some kind. You don't recognize the armor or anything, but you can see it's full of dents and it's full of cuts, and the bones themselves have been broken through in a lot of places. And it looks together like it's being held together by just magic and this strange fog. It runs up to you though, and it's going to attack you twice and deal how much damage? No, let's do that. It does 17 damage to you. You try and dodge out of the way, but it kind of predicts where you're going, obviously going by many years of experience in combat, and its spear kind of juts next to you and cuts just lightly into your flesh.
I would like to hellish
but
rebuke.
enough to sting, and you're going to hellish rebuke it back?
I think it is, yeah,
Okay,
it is
go
just
ahead
straight
and-
damage. Just like you point your
I think
fingers
it's
at a
just straight
creature, and
damage.
its damage is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames, and it must make a dex save throw. My spell save DC
You have to make a dexterity saving throw.
13.
What's your spell saving?
Please let it fail. Woo!
It fails, and it takes 2d10 fire damage.
So I am
And
at
decide what you're
7,
doing.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Give me 13 damage on it. Lucas is kind of upset now. He's kind of like, mostly kind of like trying to like walk around the thing, and I assume it's not letting me pass, and he's kind of just sitting there staring at it, and he's like, oh, fine. And he's gonna pull out his pistol. And I'm gonna shoot at the school.
Okay. Do you have a feat that lets you take not disadvantage for close range combat? Because close range
you're
weapons and
right.
spells
You're
is
right.
disadvantage.
You're right! You are more than definitely right. Definitely, you are right. So, never mind. Bonus action first, I'm Misty Stepping. I gotta move it, and I gotta mark my spell slots. Hold on.
Where?
And that will let me go about 30 feet. 5. I'm probably going to retreat into a house, so that's about 5. Yeah, I'm right in the doorway of this house.
There you go. Okay. You let out this thing attacks you, it gashes into your skin a little bit, and as a reaction you spin around, and this ball of fire erupts from your fingertips as you point at it. This enormous cone of flame as a spectral skeleton goes up in like a blaze of light and flame. And immediately you just fucking poof out of there.
And then,
behind this
as an
kind
attack,
of
I'm gonna shoot it.
misty spectral image as you teleport away.
Yeah, now I'm gonna shoot it
Um,
now that I can move without range.
You're gonna shoot it now? Okay.
6, 7, 8.
Go ahead and roll then.
Give me a 19.
Just so you know, Cole, the distance thing isn't super accurate. It's not really accurate.
D10.
A 19 to hit, it definitely hits. How much damage?
Anyway, continue telling Cole what you were saying while I roll damage.
I was just telling Cole that it's not like a
Give me a
super
12
accurate
damage.
distance.
Okay.
That's all. 12 damage. Okay. You blast out. You hold up your gun, aiming at this thing, and you fire a bullet as it like breaks through part of the skull. This thing's looking pretty fucking hurt by now. It's still on its feet, and it's looking at you, Bator. It's pretty angry, but now it is Santiago's turn. They're going.
Santiago's just cursed!
And they completely miss again. I'm
Why
rolling
is not
really badly
even
for
here and
Santiago.
rolling bad?
Gee, I wonder why.
Kit Kat, it's your turn. You are currently stood on top of the well on the lip. with a strange spectral dog right next to you, trying to get it, and you're holding it back with your trident, but it's trying to bite at you, like this like ethereal spit flying from its mouth and landing on you. It's just like growling and shouting.
Okay. Now, if I was like kind of sort of flying, would that give me more of an advantage not to be hit, or would that like matter?
Only ranged things can hit you, but if you, I'm pretty sure if you
And
go
take fall
down, if you're
damage.
knocked unconscious in the air, you
Fall
fall
damage
all the
sucks
way to the
in
ground and take huge damage. So it's a bit of a danger. Also, things might be able to knock you out of the air, but typically only ranged things can hit you from the fly. So it's pretty good.
Well, think about it. We've got dogs.
We do have dogs. You're very astute.
I guess I'll just. See now I'm like, I mean, I guess I'll give it a go anyways, though. I'll
You're
just
gonna try
kind
and
of
fly?
like.
It is going to
Yeah,
have an
hover.
attack of opportunity since you're moving out of its range.
Yay.
Are you still gonna
That's
fly?
fine.
Then? What's your AC
Yeah.
again?
15.
It crit. Again, luckily these things don't do a lot of damage, but that's 2 crits like immediately. That's almost impressive.
From both
Justin.
dogs.
Stop rolling,
Justin,
please, and thank
you need to stop rolling. Stop rolling.
Yeah, so for Santiago, I rolled a 5 and a
Maya's not
7,
even here, and they're rolling
and
back.
for the 2 dogs, I've rolled 20s.
Maya's characters are cursed.
It must be a curse, right?
Mhm.
So that is. You take 12 damage, Kitka, as this thing bites into your leg as you're flying upwards. Your wings flap, and this gust of air goes out, which sends the wispy triangle surrounding the dog, kind of flying backwards a little bit. And then suddenly it leaps at you and bites around your leg. You can it is still your turn, so you can still move up. Do you want to move up 30 feet? Where are you flying? Are you going to stab at it? What are you doing?
I'm gonna kill it.
You're just going to fucking impale it with your trident?
Yes.
I think they're mostly distraught about
You
the
okay,
crit.
Aaron?
Yes. Fucking dogs.
Roll me a 20 to hit that.
Aaron, remember that you do have a pet. I think if your pet can attack something, they can. And North as well.
Oh yeah, your little snake. Your little snake is just flying around. He's like,
Yeah, I feel kind of bad though. Like I would be afraid if they got like bitten back, because I've had that happen in other campaigns where my like pet almost dies because I'm like, yeah, get his ass. But you know.
roll to hit then if you're attacking it.
Yeah, that's what I rolled a 19.
Oh, you definitely hit it. Roll the
hit.
damage.
Yes. So that's 1d6 plus 3. Oh god, now I have to find where my d6s.
Are you gonna
I take
rage,
everything
by the
out.
Oh
way,
yeah, you're a
or are
barbarian.
you
You
not
can
raging?
rage and take half damage.
Oh, I can do that, can I?
Yeah, you can. So, Aaron, as just to remind you, raging
I've never played
reduces.
barbarian.
Aaron, raging reduces all your physical damage, so bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage by half. So you take half damage on pretty much all physical damage. You have a +1 to all of your physical damage rolls if you're using strength. But you need to hit things or be hit every round to continue damage. Yeah,
So then-
that's the one thing. But other than that, it's pretty good. So you do more damage, it's easy to hit, and you take like half damage.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try it anyways, I guess, because we have one. There's one right next to Bator, and then
Yeah, so if
there's
you
a couple.
rage, you have
they're
to
like
choose
around.
not
so I'm
fly.
not super worried about it, I guess.
Also, remember that you can. Also, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but you have the ability to both fly, and while you're raging, you manifest your appendage. You never told me what you wanted to be.
Oh,
Remember,
my
with that
appendage!
appendage, you can grab things and pull them towards you 10 feet, which means you could fly 10 feet in the air, grab
Not to
them, pull them
mention,
towards you, and
if they
drop
try to
them so
hit
they take a
you,
D6
they get
damage.
disadvantage because
As
they're
your bonus
grappled, so they have to
action.
get
Wait,
out
I
of the
just thought
grapple
about
first to hit you.
something.
What's up, Sean?
I just thought about something. You could fly above the hole, grab them, and drop them in it.
You could, yeah.
To the well.
What are you doing then? Tell me what you're doing. Are you attacking? Are you grabbing? What are you doing?
I guess I'll grab.
Currently, you're flying, but you're only like 5 feet in the air. So they can still hit you. So what are you doing? Are you using your bonus action to rage?
Sure.
Okay, what is your opinion?
Tail,
are you using
tail,
a tail?
tail,
Are you
tail.
growing something? What are you doing?
Like growing something. Yeah, I guess like a prehensile tail that's just kind of like, you know.
Okay. So you feel this anger like rush through you, and are you? You need to use your bonus action to grab it. So you can only grab it on your next turn, but you can still attack with your main action. You gonna attack?
Sure.
I thought it was an action.
Okay. You never rolled me damage. You already rolled to hit, so you need to roll me damage. You never did.
Oh, so it's roll 1d6. I was a
Can I,
1 plus 3, that's
Can
4.
I give them a critical?
Okay. You don't hit it too hard, but you hit it hard enough. You
Aaron, would
could
you like a
turn
critical?
their normal attack into a critical, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little late now. It's a little late now. You can do that next time or whenever, but not right now. Next turn, it is this thing. Here's this thing. This thing is going to go up. What did you roll in your stealth check again?
Oh,
Yui?
19.
This thing doesn't notice you as well, so it just walks on by. And it's currently going towards... It looks like it's heading towards you, Kitka. Bator, it is your turn.
I'm gonna have my bonus action first to have my Eldritch Cannon shoot at the dog that attacked me.
This one up here, okay. Go ahead and roll me to hit.
18?
Definitely. Roll me damage.
Okay, that's 11 force damage.
Jesus, nice.
It's knocked back 5 feet.
You fire this bolt of Eldritch energy once more, and it slams
Poor
into this poor
doggo.
And it pushes him back 5 feet away from you as well. Well, it pushes him back 5 feet away from the cannon, so I guess we push oops. It would push the doggo like there. It yelps in pain, and it like snarls its teeth, the spittle flying from it. What else are you doing?
Yes!
I'm gonna cast Firebolt on it,
Okay,
using my gun as an arcane focus.
sure. Roll me to hit.
15 plus. I think that's an unnatural 20.
Okay, damage.
Firebolt is 1d10. 5 damage on the firebolt.
Nice. You blast out your fire, scorching into this dog. It looks pissed as shit, and it is running straight at you to try and bite you again. What's your AC, Sean?
It's 15.
It
I'm gonna-
runs at you and bites, but you manage to sidestep it, knocking it back with your gun. Next is going to be... Oops. Next is going to be... This one's turn, way up in the corner. See, and it's going to use its full action to dash towards the action. Next is going to be... This dog's turn next to you.
Babe,
Kitka.
Justin,
You just hit
taking
it.
a phone call.
You're about to grab it. It's pretty angry, and it's
I
going
put
to
it
try
in
and
chat.
bite you once more.
So you have to just assume what they're doing. I did it.
Put it in the roll 20 chat. I'm way more likely to see that. I don't see that. Weird. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, then I'm just gonna ignore Aaron for now, even though it's a little weird, and I'm gonna attack you, Bator. This other dog is running up to you and is going to attack. What's your AC again?
15.
It definitely hits.
Can I use shield spell?
Yeah, you can. You can use it as a reaction.
Okay, I'm gonna use shields.
As it runs at you and attacks, you cast this magical spell using your like arcane and like magic. and your technological prowess, and this invisible barrier appears in front of you, and the dog, which was going for your neck, suddenly bounces off, yelping in surprise and confusion, successfully defending yourself. This one, 30, is going to run up to your turret, and it's going to try and claw into it, basically. Okay, Sean? What's your turret's AC?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your turret's
I
AC?
need to check. Its AC is 18.
Just stop rolling!
It got a crit.
Are you serious?
Jesus Christ. Okay, so it's going to take a lot of damage. That is 6 plus 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 5 is 15 plus 2 is 17 plus 2 more is 19. It takes 19 damage. We're at the top of the order. Cole, it's about to be your turn, okay? So everyone really quickly talk to each other. Think about what you're going to be doing. Think about whatever strategies you want to come up with. Even if you want to come up with anything.
Lucas is
I have
gonna
to really
heal
quickly go
himself,
and
and then
see
he's gonna fucking shoot. He's pretty sure Santiago's got. Hopefully, maybe.
Hey, Sammy, can I ask you a question?
So an action is kind of
What's
like
the difference
attacking.
between an action and a
well, a
bonus
lot of things
action?
really depend on the differences between an action and bonus action. An action usually consists of attacking, attacking, dashing. A lot of things in D&D are considered actions. For example, I used Eldritch Blast. That was my full action. I can use my bonus action to move 30 feet, not dash. Or I can just stay in place. There's plenty of things that have actions. You're a bard. Bards learn a lot of spells. Just make sure you look at your spell list, because it'll insinuate if it's an action or a bonus action. For example, Eldritch Blast is full action, it's an attack. But if I use a spell called Misty Step, and this spell specifies that it is a bonus action, letting me teleport 30 feet in the location I choose. And when Justin comes back and puts his headset on, Justin, be more specific in the description between actions and bonus actions. I was trying to use my own stuff as like.
So, Cole, there are basically 4 things you can do in a turn. Okay? There is your normal action. Normal action is anything that takes a little less than 6 seconds to do. It's attacking. It's casting a spell.
Dashing.
It's activating a trap. Hold on a second, Sam. We'll get to that. It's anything that takes any amount of actual effort to do, if that makes sense, okay?
Okay.
The second way to do something is called your bonus action. It is, you get an action and a bonus action, and the 2 other things, we'll get to this in a second. Your bonus action is for smaller stuff. A lot of the times it's connected to certain spells or abilities. So as an ability, you'll have the ability to go into a rage as a bonus action, because it takes less time, because it's less, it takes less effort, basically. It can also relate to potentially drinking a potion could be a bonus action. It kind of depends, you know what I mean?
So it's almost like a free action, for lack of a better
Yeah,
way to
like
put
I
it?
said, for example, my
More like a
Misty
half
Step was half
free
an
action.
action, and then I shot.
Okay.
That makes sense?
You can
can't-
reverse your bonus action if you want to.
Yeah, so you can do it in whatever order you want, but it's basically like half an action. You can't attack with it unless you have a specific, like certain classes use attacking for bonus action, some spells use a bonus action to cast, stuff like that, okay?
Okay, I think I understand.
And there's 2 more things you can do. You can also move, and you can also have a free action. Free actions are really tiny stuff, like picking up a sword or opening a door. Really tiny stuff that doesn't
I also
really matter. That's a
what
free
about
action.
reactions?
Okay.
Babe? I mean, I know I reacted to something, so.
Reactions aren't on your turn. Reactions are on another thing's turn when a specific circumstance happens that you have something prepared for that.
Like my hellish
can
rebuke
react
was a
to it on
reaction.
that
It hit
end.
me, so I
Or whatever
reacted.
So-
it is.
And something tried to hit me, and I was able to block it with a shield spell.
which was the reaction, because the inciting thing was being hit. And
It
the
really is
reaction
for a
was
bard. I
getting
would
damage back.
suggest if like
Okay.
you go to spells,
Okay.
say like 1A or something.
That's all we gotta do, Sam. Sam, we don't want to do too much. Yeah, we don't want to do too much. We'll talk more about that later. That was just a really brief overview during combat. Cole, it is your turn. What do you do?
I am going to leave the house, and I am going to use one of my spells on this thing right here.
Okay, so all of a sudden, everyone, you see this random lady emerge from a house. We'll describe you later, Aaron, Cole, because it's a little too much of a mess to do that right now. But suddenly, one of the doors to what you guys thought was an abandoned house opens up with a loud creak, and this fancy-looking woman steps out and like waves her arm while casting something. What do you cast?
I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
Ooh, nice. Okay, go ahead and move your character so you're right next to him.
Okay.
Drag and drop.
I forgot how to move my character.
Can you? Oh, you might not be able to. Hold on. Do you have control of the character? Let me make sure. Oh, you're not. Hold on. Yeah, my bad. Hold on.
Does it
Whoops.
Thunderwave
You
range?
There we go. Save changes. Okay,
Okay.
you now should be connected to them. So now you should be able to move them.
Okay.
Okay. And you're gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave. Yes.
Is that a 50-foot cube?
They must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
What's your So what is your intelligence? What is your charisma modifier?
It is a +4.
It's a +4.
My
Sam,
proficiency bonus is
what is your
+2.
guys' level of proficiency bonus?
It should be +2.
It's +2. So Cole, there's something called a spell save DC. For certain spells that
And?
require something else to make an effect against that. I hope you guys can't hear that. I'm sorry. I'll take care of it in a second. They have to make a save against your magic. You don't have to attack.
Okay.
That save, really briefly, is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your modifier. So yours would be what's your charisma modifier again? Sorry.
My charisma is a +4.
So it's a 14. So I have to roll a 14 or higher, otherwise I take damage from the spell. Half damage, right? And I completely failed. So go ahead and roll me 2d8 for your magic.
It's
2d8. Okay.
it's this little dice right here. Little pyramid. Let me see it.
This one.
It looks like this.
Go ahead and help them, Sam. I gotta do something. I'll be right back. I got like 2
Yeah.
seconds.
So you roll 2 of those.
Yee. It is
The
diamond.
highest number should be an 8.
Yeah, I figured that part. Okay, that is a 12 when he gets
Imagine Lucas just sees you standing up, step out of the house. He's like, okay. I imagine he's like yelling, hey, where were you?
Someone new!
Sure, let's go with that.
Nowhere. Just hanging out. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't decide. I wanted to say Bator, but I can't.
Oh, wait a minute.
That also puts
Sorry.
me in the range of spellcaster. I'm squishy. Well, I can't exactly get things
I
away
can't
from you.
get
I can
things
step
away
into
from
the
me.
middle of it and activate.
How much
something, but
damage
that
did you
won't
do?
really do much because
12.
they're not ending their turn.
Nice. That's pretty good. Everyone, Bator and Lucas and Kitka, if you're still listening, Aaron, you see this random woman step out of this door that's suddenly flung open in this abandoned village. And you see this mixture of arcane symbols they're casting with their hand. You can see them muttering something. These magical whispers to themselves. And then suddenly this enormous thunderous explosion is heard as this wave of force erupts from them, slamming into this thing here.
Aww.
And pushing them back
That
10
was
feet into
cute,
the well
Cole.
and doing a good amount of damage.
I got to see Fiance Dad.
Aw. I just described you. Ooh.
I said I got to see Beyonce Dan.
Wait, what was that?
That it was cute.
I was just describing what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you can do in your turn or no, Cole?
Can I use my bonus action to heal someone?
If you have a... What spells are you using?
I have Healing Word.
I think Healing Word's a bonus action spell. Let me check.
Okay.
Yeah, Healing Word's a bonus action, so you can heal someone.
Okay. I would like to heal Kitka.
Okay, how much? So go ahead and roll me a d4 plus your charisma bonus. And that'll be how much you heal them. Can you hear us,
Thumbing
Aaron?
up.
Okay.
That is a 6.
I wrote it down for him. Just
You got that, Aaron? Okay. They blast out a thunderous wave, and suddenly they speak this healing magic word, and Kit Kat, you suddenly feel much better. Like, not crazy much better, but better enough at the moment. Next is going to be this thing's turn, and it's going to attack Santiago.
God damn it.
And it's going to hit. It's nearly not a crit. And it's going to do that much damage.
Lucas is he's feeling
next,
good.
Lucas, it is your
you don't
turn.
like being hit, so I'm gonna use my bonus action for my second wind ability and gain myself back 9 hit points. And Eldritch Blast. I'm firing at one of the dogs
What are you
near Bator. The one preferably in front of him, that one. Yeah, the one you just did.
This one?
Oh, fuck, dice fucking fell over.
Okay, go ahead and roll me to hit.
23.
Definitely hits damage. I'm sorry about eating. I haven't really had anything today, so if this bothers anybody, tell me, I'll
Don't
stop.
spells get a damage modifier? I thought spell like Eldritch Blast.
No,
Well, I had rolled damage.
Agonizing
that's why I was
Blast
asking
does, but you
before I
didn't
rolled
take it.
damage. I think it's a +2. Because
it does if you have an
It's
invocation.
+3 because you're letting me use my intelligence. Yeah.
No,
I said
You
Eldritch
have
Blast.
Agonizing Blast?
You didn't take Agonizing Blast, so you don't. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Oh.
Yes, Agonizing Blast is
Yeah.
an invocation that allows you to add
Give me
damage
that
to your
full-on
other class,
9
but you didn't
damage.
take it, so you don't. It's just a detail.
By the way, Santiago's rolling a crit.
Nice. This thing is looking pretty.
Raise that point.
That dog
I'm
you
giving
just
it to
blasted
Santiago
is
because I feel
hurting
bad
quite.
they haven't hit it.
You want to use it on Santiago, Sam? I'm telling you, I'm not.
They
I'm
need
not
to hit
playing
the
them off. I
thing!
would suggest giving it to someone else. I'd say I'm telling you, give it to someone else because I'm not
I
playing them
assume
off.
they're using a
I'm just
gun.
using their
to
basic
block
stuff
it.
because they didn't write down fucking anything.
I gave them
Yeah, they
I would like them
missed.
to take care. I would like them to block.
Unless you're giving them, are you giving them the
skeleton.
D20? If you're giving them a 20, okay, they roll a critical. I'm telling you, there's a lot
feel
better
bad they
things
haven't
you could be
hit
using that 20 on, but okay, you say so. Maya's not here, Sam. That might actually kill the skeleton. They're next to. God damn it.
He's struggling.
Hold on, sorry.
He's struggling.
Sometimes using these sprites is really annoying. That actually kills it. They were gonna miss, but you gave them the 20, and suddenly their aim is perfectly on sight, and you see this bullet ripping through the skull of the skeleton here and it falls to the ground. Very dead. Aaron's a little busy. It's their turn, but we'll just save them for whenever they get back, okay? It is this thing's turn, and it is going to attack you, Yui, what is your AC? Yui? Yui? What is your name? Yui. What is
Yui.
your AC, Yui? It should be a...
AC. Armor.
Yeah.
Is
Yes,
that
it
armor
is.
class?
14?
It's 14.
They critically failed, so they completely miss you. You go at them, and you just, like, knock them to the side, and they're like this weird, desiccated, shambling corpse. Just go, "Wah!" as they fall over to the side. Bator, it is your turn.
Is my Eldritch Cannon 15 feet away from me?
How
Or
much?
is it
It
10?
took 19 damage. Is it still up?
It has 5 times my level in hit points, meaning
Damn.
there's 1 left.
Jesus Christ. Okay. What were you saying?
Is it 15 feet away from me?
Yeah, it is. Just barely.
With your
Okay,
friends around
cool.
you?
Thunderwave.
That's gonna hit Kit Kat, the little girl,
Oh,
and
right.
your
I
cannon.
forgot the little.
Send it on yourself.
It's 15 feet away though. 15 feet.
Yeah, which means it's in that
Oh,
cube.
okay. I'm not sure what to do.
What's a 15?
Forgot about
cube?
the little girl too.
Actually, no, it wouldn't. It would only hit Kit Kat and the little girl and 2 wolves. Yeah, she's still unconscious, but it would definitely better.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck that kid.
The little girl.
Who cares?
I'm gonna have the cannon shoot
The one in
at
front of this one?
the weakened dog.
They're both pretty hurt.
The one above me.
They're both looking about the same amount of hurt. Oh, you can see the one above you though? Want me to hit?
Yeah. Okay. $13.
Ooh, Jesus. That hit, I'm pretty sure. Want me damage?
Okay.
Hit.
4 force damage, and it gets pushed back again.
4 force? It looks
Mhm.
almost dead as your Eldritch Cannon blasts into it once more, knocking it backwards in this yelp. It actually is gonna knock... I'm being called. Hold on, sorry.
Meanwhile in Neverland.
I think I can also have.
I mean, you can move
on
like
a bonus
what, every
action.
time you move like what 30 feet. You can move.
Okay. It is looking really
I need to
hurt. You
check.
knock it back 5 feet, Sean.
Sean, if you
What are
move,
you
that
doing as your
provokes
action?
opportunity attack.
Guys, I keep disappearing for like a few minutes. You gotta decide what you're gonna do next turn. Seriously. Sean?
Okay. Hey, can I pick up a rock as a free action?
Sure, yeah.
Can I use the rock to catapult the other wolf?
You're gonna catapult it into the wolf using the spell catapult?
Yeah.
Sure. Which one? The one in front of you or the one behind you?
The one below.
Okay. I need to roll a dex save. What's your spell save DC?
It should be 15.
It misses. It isn't able to dodge. Go ahead and roll me damage for it.
Catapult
killer.
is 3d6, right?
I think it's 38.
3d8?
Catapult's one of my favorite spells. Let me check. You guys really gotta have the info and the preparation for your own abilities. Like, 38, yeah. So, you guys are probably already doing this, but when it's someone else's turn, or when it's getting to your turn, guys,
Justin, can you have
plan what
your
you're going
action
to
ready?
do beforehand, okay? I got my actions ready. You guys need to have yours as well, and to know what spells and what your spells do. Otherwise, combat takes like twice as long.
Oh, that.
How much damage, Sean? I can't hear you.
That is 11 damage on the catapult.
You pick up this
11?
rock and just aim it directly into this fucking dog's head, and this rock goes straight through it. The dog basically evaporates into these wispy materials. It completely disappears.
Okay.
Next, it is this thing's turn, and it is going to attack you again, Bator, since you are the one who's currently pissing it off the list. What's your AC?
Yeah. 15.
It misses. Next is going to be this thing's turn, and is
I need
going
to charge my
run-
phone.
And it is going to attack you as well, Yui.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's your AC?
14.
It hits, and it's going to do. It's going to do. I need my D4. It's basically trying to claw at you with these grotesque, like, decimated fingernails as it's trying to claw into your skin. And it is going to do 7 plus 2. It's going to do 9 damage. And you need to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
There should be a box that says saving
it's
throws.
A D20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my Constitution plus my D20.
It's your Constitution saving throw. So whatever your... do you see a little box that says saving throws?
Yes. Yes.
It should be your Constitution, whatever that plus is, plus the D20. Tell me what that result is.
That is a 15.
You pass. As it claws into you, there's this sudden grasp of cold and terror as your body feels like it's about to, like, tense up and paralyze. But you manage to fight it off.
Mm-hmm.
It was scary for that second, though. This thing is going to run up and it's going to kill your ballistics. It's gonna try. What's your
I think
ballistics
this
AC
was
again, Sean?
18 last time.
Doesn't matter. That misses. I think he's going. Yeah. It misses anyway. Yui, what are you doing? It's your turn.
I am going to use Thunder Wave again to get these two things away from me.
Nice. Okay. They need to roll Constitution saving throws. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It was a 14, I believe that was mine.
One passes. They both pass. So you still do damage, but they take half damage, and they
Okay.
aren't pushed away.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll however much damage that does.
Okay. Can I use that as a second level spell?
If it can upcast, then yeah.
I will
If you
do
can
it that.
upcast it, then yes.
Yeah, I will upcast it then. So that's 3d8.
Okay, go ahead and roll that. And they will take half damage since they pass their saving throws.
Okay.
And they are not being pushed back from you as well.
That's 8. 8 plus 3 plus 6, that's 17 divided by 2, that is 8.5.
8.5 damage for both, which is not bad, really. The one directly in front of you is looking really fucking hurt. You think a good hit into it is gonna do it in. The one behind it is looking a little healthier, but it's hurting as well from that thunder wave. If they hadn't passed that, you would have killed both of them, I think.
Lucas kind of
The
sees
skeleton is dead.
these two enemies
Lucas
kind
is-
of ganging up, and he doesn't really want to like see anyone get super hurt. So he's gonna like walk over here. And he's gonna use his full 30 feet to move, and then I want to cast Guiding Bolt. Whichever one looks more hurt.
Okay, go ahead. Which one?
Okay,
The one directly in front of them is looking like it's on its last legs.
5. Oh, good. Thank God I have enough dice for this. That is a 15 plus 5. Give me a dirty 20. 4d6.
Definitely hits. How much damage?
3, 4.
Jesus.
Team.
Sam, let me ask you: did you roll a?
On
Did
all
you,
of them.
did you roll higher than a 1 on any of those dice? It's dead. The only way you could not have killed it there if you rolled a 1 on every single one of those dice. You
Radiant damage.
Cole, you see this young boy run up as close as he can, and this orb of light appearing in his hands as he like mutters this incantation before throwing it at the one directly in front of you. It blasts it apart, and it disappears into wisps of fog and stuff with a final screech in anger. Santiago's turn, and he is going to fire at the one next to you as well. Let's see if they hit. I rolled a 3. They missed. It's Kit Kat's turn, but they're still not
attacking with a
here.
trident.
I think I know what their damage is, so I'm just gonna play as them for a real quick second. They're gonna run up and they're gonna try and attack this dog here. And I think they had a +4 to their hit. Oh, they got a crit as well. So I crit with Kit Kat, but I got a 3 with Maya. Sounds about right. I think they do D8 of damage. We'll say a D8. It's fine. They're probably gonna kill him anyway. It's 5, 9. It's dead. It's very dead. You guys see Kit Kat, the tiefling, run up and impale the dog on their trident, and disappears into a silvery wisps into the wind as well, with a final dog-like yelp. I think I might have just deleted Bator instead of the dog. Bator, you are back. This thing is going to try and kill your turret. Is Bator here now? Sean, are you here?
Yeah, he is. He has to start this dog.
That's not. It misses. This thing's turned in front of you, okay? And it's going to attack you once more. What's the AC again?
AC
Doesn't
14.
matter. It completely misses. I'm suddenly rolling really badly after several crits in a row. It is your turn now, Yui.
Okay, Okay, let's see. Dumb question, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Can I attack that thing with my sword?
Sure. It's not a dumb question.
Alright, I wasn't sure if things like spectrally fused don't work that way.
It may take less damage, but you have no idea.
Okay, I'll give that a try. Longsword is 1d8 plus 1.
One way to hit.
Yeah,
Wait,
that was a mistake.
Is that on the D20?
I got a
or
1
the
plus a
damage?
1 is a 2.
Oh no, you have to roll a D20 to hit.
No, that's on the
swing-
D8.
You swing, and for...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, roll a d20.
I have to roll a
So-
D20?
So when you're attacking something, you roll a d20 plus whatever modifiers you have.
The D20 is
hit
like a
it.
D10, but
And
inside
after
of
you
Okay.
hit it, then you roll damage.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll.
Oh, okay, I understand now. Okay, and I have a +3 for my head, so... That's a 19.
Nice. Real quickly, what sword are you using?
Longsword.
Right, what's your strength modifier?
It's a +1.
Okay, just making sure your hit was right. So roll me damage then, because you definitely hit it.
Okay. That's a 2 plus 1, which is a 3.
It's not bad. You slice at it, and for a second you think you're about to hit nothing, but then suddenly you realize you need to roll a d20, not a d10. And your sword kind of cuts into the wispy, and it clashes and digs into something solid, and there's something flesh-like. As you do a little bit of damage, and you hurt it, and it seems very angry now. I'm just going to attack you again in a minute. Lucas, it is your turn.
Eldritch Blast, what do you think I'm doing?
Nice.
18.
Want me to hit? Definitely
5
damage.
plus 5 at the thing
You
that
might be able to kill it
Cole
here.
just attacked in front of it. No, it's 5. It was 5.
5 plus 5? Okay. Your Eldritch Blast sails forward, and it slams into this thing, knocking it back into the
That is one you can
looks to be
force.
the wooden cart behind it as it slams into the wood. As you blast it with force damage. It is not dead, but it's
Wait.
very hurt and it looks
Bonus
like
action.
it's Santiago's turn,
I'm
and
gonna
he's going
move
to
over
shoot.
here slightly more.
Oops, sorry.
Never mind.
That's
Okay.
Okay. 10, 15. Santiago's going to shoot at the one as well. And
Mine is dispersed.
Kit Kat is going to run up and attack this one here. And I rolled a 20! Again!
He won't just let him take the 20, take the 20!
You know, I'm here to roll, right? I'm
Oh, I
here
didn't
now.
know. You didn't say anything. Aaron,
No, it's fine though. You can do
Aaron.
20.
I've used your character for the past 2 rounds, and Santiago's this entire time, okay? I've rolled for Maya's character. I haven't rolled a single roll above 10, right? I haven't rolled a single. I've rolled a 3, I've rolled 2 7s, I've rolled a 5. Kit Kat, when I controlled you,
That's
for the
what's like
2
your
rounds I
player
controlled you, I rolled
Aaron's
2
gonna take the
20s.
20 now.
Do you want to take the critical hit?
Am I? What do you mean? Like, yes.
Okay,
That
I
20,
figured.
boy.
Okay, roll me damage, and then roll me damage again, because critical hits do
So
double the amount of dice for damage. So if you roll 2
That
and
would
6,
be-
roll 46.
that would be okay. So I'd roll 2d6, and then that would be +6 if I'm adding it all together.
Wait, so what is
So
what
if
is
you're rolling two, if
yeah?
it's 2d6
Because it's your
Don't let me
plus
modifiers
1d6.
and all your dice.
it's 46 plus.
Yes, it's
What's your
usually
modifier?
1d6. No,
So it'll be
Yeah.
2d6 plus
my
6.
normal is 1d6 plus 3.
Yeah,
So
it's
adding them
2d6
together
plus
is 2d6 plus 6.
6. Go and do damage then. You should kill it with this.
Alright. So that's a 3. At a 6, so that would be 9 plus 6. That's 15.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Yeah, you kill it. You run forward. I don't know. I don't know
Aaron,
if
do
you're
you have a battle
screaming or
cry?
you got a battle cry, or you're just going ah. But you run forward, your wings behind you, as you take your trident and just fucking impale this fucking ghost. And you like lift it up into the air, and they like slide forward onto your trident before disappearing with your trident being held above you. Jesus Christ. It is this thing's turn, and it is going to attack you. They don't have much of a brain, so even though it's about to die, it's not running. What's your AC, Yui?
14.
It hits.
Damn
And
it.
it's going to do... It's going to do 8 damage, and can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Constitution saving throw. Oh, right. That was the d20 plus my constitution thing. No, stupid thing fell off. That is a 15.
15? Nice.
Mhm.
You managed to like hold off the paralyzation feeling once more, but you do take the 8 damage. It is
Okay.
your turn now as well.
Okay.
Blast that fool!
Jesus Christ.
It be that way.
First game and I'm already half dead. I am going to use one of my cantrips, Thunderclap.
Nice, okay. What do they have to roll, or what do you have to roll?
14.
14, okay. Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
It completely failed, so roll me a d6 of damage.
1d6
You
of
might
damage.
kill it here.
Come on, just stay on the stupid thing. No good. I only got a 2.
Yeah, you don't kill it, but it's very close to it. You think one more hit will do it in.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, it is your
I'm sorry, I was opening a chip bag. The hungry.
Nice. Is
Sean has to
Sean
turn his phone.
back,
He can
or
hear
is he
you.
still
He
gone?
just can't say anything back. Lucas is about to end this thing anyway.
Oh,
Lucas is just trying to kind of like sit there, and he kind of, and he's got like
sorry about that.
he's got like a book in one of his hands, and he's like ready to attack with the other, and he's just like, fuck it, I guess. and he's going to whip out his because I feel like doing it. I'm going to move up to this thing and I'm gonna slap it with my rapier. I'm extra.
Sure, okay. Want me to hit? Watch you miss.
I'm just kidding.
Watch you
15
miss.
plus. Give me that dirty 20,
actually, that
child.
doesn't hit. Yeah. Its AC. Its AC suddenly got a lot higher. Roll me damage. I think you're pretty much.
Better.
It's pretty much confirmed that you're gonna kill it.
Give me that solid 10 damage on the rapier.
You
With a giant
see
smile on
this
his face.
younger
He's got an
blonde
excuse
boy,
to use his rapier.
run up and just put the rapier through this thing you've been fighting. And with a final gasp, it disappears. And I think that was the last thing you guys were fighting.
Congrats, we didn't die. It's dead. Justin just
Wait,
left
what
it
about
there.
the skeleton thing that's on here?
It's dead. It's the
Oh,
only
okay.
thing that didn't disappear. It's just lying there, but it's all dead.
Okay.
Let me turn off the battle music. Put on something a little light.
Are we out of combat now? I never
Yep,
get to
you
play
are out of
Magic like
combat.
that on vacations. Is everyone good? Take the silence as yes.
Hey,
Yeah, I hear Sean too.
Oh, I heard Sean for a second
Very
there.
silently though.
He's cutting. Sean, you're cutting in and out like a lot. What
Phone.
happened? Are you trying to talk on your computer or your phone? Because this is your phone. What happened to your phone, man? Jesus. I think Aaron's away. So, you are currently stood in the wreckage of the town. Obviously, something's happened here, and you are all just attacked. The little girl is unconscious on the well side. She's very wet. And she's very unconscious as well, thanks to someone, Aaron, if they are still here. You just emerged from the house. You managed to kill and fend off pretty adequately your own amount, along with everyone else. Doing pretty damn well to fend off everything. But you're all a little bit tired. You're all a little bit hurt. Not too bad.
Lucas, like I said, stretches and says he doesn't get
what do
to
you
flex his
want doing?
magic that often. And he's like, "Oh, where's North? Where North? Where are you? Please, you're going to scare me if you don't come out."
A little owl kind of flies by. It was hiding in one of the rafters of the houses nearby, and it lands on your shoulder, giving it a couple loving, like, kind of nudges. Sean, if you want to say anything, just text it
assume,
in
like-
roll 20 because we can't hear you. So
I
just
assume,
text it in the roll 20
Lucas
chat.
like grabs North and like hugs her for a minute, and then he like puts her back on his head, and he's like, "All right, we're cool. As long as you're fine, all that matters."
Oh, yes,
I
you
am-
can't text it in the roll 20 chat. Just text it in Discord, Sean.
My
Oh, you
character
might-
is intrigued by the owl.
Like, are you saying that to me, or like
What?
You like her? Yes. This is
Interesting.
North.
Is that
She's
owl yours?
Beautiful barn owl I found
Mhm.
one day in the woods. Been taking care of her ever since. I love her. She's
Oh my.
embarrassingly my
certainly
only
beauty.
friend, but reliable when it comes to it. My apologies. My
I
name
can
is Lucas.
imagine.
Lucas Len, but you can just call me Lucas because a lot of people weirdly like to use last names, and I don't really like it. So, Lucas, please, if you wouldn't mind.
Lucas.
No,
Well, Lucas, thank you very much.
it's
I
nothing.
appreciate it.
Kit, are you okay? You're sopping wet. As long as you're okay.
Yes.
I didn't realize Aaron was back.
Maybe you should not be around when the child.
Just here out of nowhere.
Just saying. Please don't say it like
I love
that.
children.
Cat.
Your name. What is your name, dear love? Yours. Yes. Yes.
Me?
It's
You
certainly
can
good to
call
meet
me Yui Gredat.
You all talk
Bought
amongst
this
yourselves.
place
I'm
from
gonna
Bend, and I
take-
didn't get to every house.
By the way, Sean's talking in Roll20 chat, so read that if you want to see what Bator is saying.
Okay. Quite the. Are you? All of you?
Bator wants to know, have you been
Traveling
there the whole
together?
time?
Long enough to see our little scene. So, sort of, maybe.
I assume everyone's good. Hey, Justin, I'm putting you on blast here. Santiago, are you okay?
Well, I gotta say, that was an experience. I came here on this job to protect you, kiddo, but this might be a little more above my pay grade.
Well, if you'll excuse me.
So,
I don't
where
know,
the
but
hell
I'm
do you
going to
think the
investigate
rest
this
of the
thing
town
regardless
is?
of anyone who says anything to me. And Lucas is immediately going to pull out his pen, his quill, and his book, and immediately go and look at the skeleton, and get real close and down on his knees and looking over it, very excitedly.
Roll me investigation,
All of those
nature,
I'm good at,
or
so it
maybe
doesn't
Arcana?
matter. So I just gotta pick one. Dirty 20 on Arcana.
Tell me which one. This thing is obviously, a spirit of some kind, right? It's obviously some kind of not really revived, but undead ghost, essentially. But it's not really like many of the other ghosts you've read about before. It's got a lot more of a physical, solid side to it, and also it doesn't. It's both more physical and more ethereal than ghosts you've seen before. One moment you're touching the bones of the skeleton, which are crumbling as you look at them. The next you almost fall through it. It almost seems to be shifting between physical and non-physical, even it lies there dead. And you kind of watch as it's starting
Lucas
to
is
disappear.
vehemently
basically
writing all
into
of this
the
down.
what
Yeah,
is
I
everyone
read it
else
out.
doing? Did you guys see what Bator said, by the way?
Okay. Kit, what the hell did you
What is
do?
everyone doing?
She's unconscious.
The girl looks like she's stirring.
You're just eating
Aaron?
cereal.
Is that my fault again?
Well, whatever.
This is not cereal, it's rice.
Oh, that poor thing.
You
Is
still
it my
can't
fault
rub
again
the
that she's
daylights out of
unconscious?
her.
I mean, there's a certain amount of blame that could be placed on Kit Kat, I think.
Eh.
You watch as it looks like she's beginning to stir a little bit as she's mumbling a couple things in her
Should I
Sleep?
go over?
unconscious state. Make sure she stays asleep. Yeah. It looks like she's stirring a little bit though. By the way, Kit Kat.
Buttercup.
what's your snake called again?
Buttercup.
Oops. Buttercup was hiding somewhere off in like one of the houses, kind of similar to North the Owl.
Okay.
And you watch as it kind of flies down. It's like, well, that was bullshit. And it like wraps around one of your arms, like getting comfy with you, trying to like, yeah. What did I put the owl? Oh, the owl's in the way. There we are. I'll give you control of your owl in a second as well. Okay. Gotta move out of the way.
So,
Grab the owl.
Yeah, Lucas was
are we
best
just
in the
chilling,
game.
like, in the town right now?
The girl looks like she is stirring, but she's not quite awake yet.
Child, are you okay?
I'd like to maybe go back. Child. No, I'd maybe like to go back, and visit to see if like the water spirits are back, and maybe if I could ask them some questions about what's happening.
So currently, the things you fought off are obviously gone and dead, and you guys watch as the skeleton basically disappears into the earth as well. But the town is still surrounded by that thick fog. It looks like it might be lightening up the tiniest bit, but it's still very much there, and it'd be hard to get through there. You can try, but it's pretty thick.
How high am I allowed to fly up?
Pretty high. You have a movement speed of 30 when you're flying, so you're not that fast. You're as fast as like walking, but you can go pretty much straight up for a little bit.
Well, I'd like to maybe see how far the fog reaches. So I'd like to fly up.
It'll take you a few seconds. So what is everyone else doing while Kitka kind of flaps their wings and like a rush of air comes out as they basically launch themselves into the sky?
Sit down next to the child. Just continue writing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be there when she wakes up.
Just next to the unconscious child? Sure. What is Yui and Bator doing?
I am going to sit down as well. As long as the fog is up, there's no point in me trying to leave.
Bator's typing. Santiago is looking around a little bit. It looks like they're kind of like peering down the kind of roads between the buildings. There's not too much fog in the town itself. It seems to have cleared out a little bit. And Santiago is kind of keeping an eye on the walls of mist, basically. Bator is also sitting by the well and trying to chill out. Kit Kat, you are flying straight up, basically, and you feel the wind rushing past you as you're used to, heading higher and higher. Eventually, you kind of break out where you kind of think the main layer of fog is, and as you kind of reach above the tree line, you can see that it's a good maybe 20 feet above the trees themselves, and as far as you can tell, it's covering the entirety of the forest. Roll me a perception, though.
I don't remember what my perception was. Not very high. That's a 3.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, this fog is just encompassing the entire forest, like a thick mist blanket, basically. Are you gonna fly back down, or where are you gonna go?
Yeah, I guess so, but I'm just gonna like turn upside down and like put my wings in and just
dive bomb.
Yeah.
You like fucking dive bomb back into the well.
Do I hear this happening?
A few minutes after Kit Kat disappeared into the sky, you suddenly hear this like flapping and like this wild like wind rushing past something, and you all look up and see this dark pink and purple missile streaking towards the ground. Right before they slam into it, the wings explode outward. and there's this huge rush of air that pushes all of you
If I
backwards
had
a little bit. It's
felt
not
one,
like
I would
physically, but like kind of like pushes you backwards like that. As their wings unfurl and catch themselves. Kit Kat, that fucking hurt. Your weight, oh my god, you just, the entire weight of your body after like fucking 30, like 50 feet of free fall just caught by these, oh, it fucking hurts.
If they had kept falling, I
But
would have just used
it
hold
was
person on them.
stylish as
I
hell.
would have concentrated on holding them. I do.
I don't think you know what hold person does, but
I did it because it's cool.
Lucas is just kind of like,
I'm talking to Bator.
Sean, Bator goes, why? Why would you do that?
Lucas is gonna look at you and
Because
be
it
like,
looked cool.
"This is my group."
I think Lucas is talking to
Why?
you.
Interesting.
Well, they're certainly lively.
Any reason you're
Interesting's a
in
good one,
the
too.
forest?
Just I hate it. I hate this part.
Oh,
Just
really? What are you looking for?
looking
I'm
for
actually out here
things.
looking for something as well.
Oh, really? Fun to hear. I guess you could say
Wait, what
that
kind of treasure?
I'm looking for a treasure.
I mean, it depends on the treasure. I mean, I'm out here
Treasure.
looking for. I mean,
You
something
know.
considered treasure, but really, I don't know. Actually, if it's considered a treasure, I would assume so because, to be honest.
Silvers,
Oh, you're out
golds,
looking
jewels,
for regular. Oh, you're not looking for the tears.
those
Okay.
kinds of things.
As long as you're not here looking for what I'm looking for, we should get along just fine then, hun.
As you two are talking, and I imagine, I don't know what Kit Kat or Peter is doing, but as you all are kind of sat around, chilling out and catching your breath after a short fight, looks like the girl is starting to wake up, and you can see her kind of like stirring on the concrete, and she's moving around a little bit, and she's like kind of confused a little bit. You can like, she's like holding her head.
Hey,
Hello.
She takes off running.
I can't.
You want to catch her?
She is going to sprint this way.
I can catch her.
Santiago, go catch her.
Don't worry about it.
Oh no!
No, I'm going.
Santiago is too busy looking out at the fog to keep an eye on stuff.
No. I'm
No!
going. Don't worry about it.
You gonna
This
sprint
is
after
just
them,
another
Kit Kat?
traveling situation.
Yes.
So because you both move the same speed, well, actually, it was slightly slower, but she has a head start. Kit Kat, you sprint after this small, poor child, like basically right on their heels, slowly gaining on them because you're a little bit faster. This small child runs towards this large house here with its door slightly ajar that you can see, and they dash inside. Are you going to follow them?
I mean, I guess so.
Lucas is gonna
I've already
follow.
come this
Lucas
far.
is just gonna follow
I
behind.
might as well.
You're
Continue
not very
trying.
good. Your friend isn't very good with
With what their
kids,
being
are they?
is, I would assume not.
What?
Santiago sees this as well, and they kind of give like a
Lucas is also going that
before
direction.
starting to walk that direction as well. Not really running, just kind of trotting their way.
I am going to decidedly not go in that direction because you're all going to terrify that child.
Are you following the small girl in, Kit Kat?
Hmm?
Are you following the small girl?
Yeah.
In? Okay, I'm gonna move
Sure.
you. You peek in the doorway, and at first you don't see her. But you do see the inside of the house. Let me reveal the area. You see that. Obviously, you can't see
Can I
anything right
walk in
there.
after Kit
You can
Kat?
Yeah.
Kit,
what are you
please stop. Stop.
Yeah, sure.
I think you're scaring her.
I guess I'm just gonna. What?
As lovely as you are,
Really?
I think you're scaring her. Would you mind if I just go and look?
Oh. Sure.
What is Bator doing during all this? I assume Sean will text us in a minute what he's doing.
Yeah,
but you're
I
heading
am.
into the building, Lucas? Oh, Bator's just watching. Nice. Kit Kat, are you going inside as well? Are you staying outside? Are you looking in through one of the windows? What are you doing?
I guess I'll keep an eye out from the outside, just kind of like also looking at my around. What? Are those pumpkins?
Oh no.
Yes, those are pumpkins. Pumpkins and cabbages
I wanna
in the house.
I want a pumpkin.
You gonna steal one of the pumpkins? They're pretty large. Like these are some
Yes.
large ass pumpkins. They're almost like
I'm a large
they're almost
boy.
like
I want a
several
pumpkin.
feet in diameter. Like
I'm a
these
large
things are like
boy.
several feet. Okay. Are you trying
I
to
want a
take one, or are you gonna like put it in your bag? What are you doing?
That's a good question.
Okay, while you think about what to do with the
I'm
pumpkins,
asking North to help me search around the
Lucas,
house.
what are you doing? Okay. North heads off to the right, kind of like flapping around, landing on the table, pecking at like whatever remains on the plates. They're pretty much clean, but there might be something over there. And he looks around before flying into this room, and he suddenly gives out this really loud, like, basically flapping of the wings, and he comes back and he's clicking his beak, and he's giving like little like noises. And you see the girl.
Lucas is gonna like gingerly
curled
walk
up next to
but
the bed,
he's going to stand right here, and he's gonna kind of
holding
like
a sword. As you walk up, she is holding this really old, worn sword that's obviously made much larger than her, and she tries to like stab at you with it, but it's way too heavy for her, and she just ends up like flopping around, and like it hits the ground, and she tries to like swing it again.
He's going to bend
she
down
doesn't
to
even
her
roll because
level
she has
and
no
kind of go,
control
"Hey,
whatsoever.
hey, it's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you."
She like backs up to the wall and is like trying to point the sword at you, basically.
That's what your child sounds like. Step back. Listen.
No, she's
really,
like,
it's okay. I'm not. Nobody here is going to hurt you. Not the strange monster man. He's not going to
You can
hurt
closely
you.
look at her. She looks like she does not. Well, roll me persuasion. What is Yui doing all of this as well, by the way?
Yui is. Well, she was looking out at the fog, and now she's getting up and she's going to move over and go over to.
How's a 14 feel?
Making her way over there.
Okay.
Lucas is just kind of like smiling,
Yeah,
and he's kind of like
better.
doing stuff like this, like just chill out.
You
Put the
like,
sword
hold up her
down. I
hand.
just want to know why you were in the well. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
North flaps over to the bed and lands on it, and is like looking at the girl as well, and she gets distracted by the cute
No,
white
why don't
owl,
you just kind of
and it kind of
cuddle up
helps her
with her?
case a little bit. And she's still holding the sword.
Well,
Yeah, she's still holding the sword tightly. She does not trust you. And it looks like she's going to try and cut you again if you get too close.
I'm sitting
do you
at my
maintain your
distance. I don't want
distance,
her
or
to
you getting
think I'm
closer,
gonna
or
hurt her in any way. So I'm literally like sat crisscross on the floor.
Okay. She's still holding the sword. It's obviously way too heavy for her, and it's starting to droop a lot. It's basically digging into the wooden floorboards right now. and
I
she
am
is
just
like,
passing through. I'm looking for something in the woods.
Who are you?
You know, I'm looking for something special, let's say.
Bator is moving over there as well. I will move him as well, Sean. You and Yui can go ahead and move yourselves up, and also Santiago is going that way. Although Santiago will keep more of an eye out around, so they're actually not going to move that way too much. Kit Kat, what are you doing? Are you just keeping an eye out and just looking around, making sure everything's good?
I'm gonna mess around with the pumpkins. I'm gonna like, oh, look at the pumpkins, bro. And then I guess I might go into the house, but I don't know. I guess I'll mess around with the pumpkins. Just kind of like
Try to eat it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lucas. You think about what you're going to do with the pumpkins. If you're going to try and pick them up, you're going to cut them apart, what you're going to do with the pumpkins. Oh, and we'll jump to Lucas.
Yes.
The little girl, her sword is still being held very tightly, but it's drooping to the floor. She can't really do much with it. It's obviously way too heavy for her. And she's like, I haven't really met many people from outside the village before. It's not really
Well,
really
it's
allowed
good to
too
meet
much.
you. My name's Lucas. What's yours? Meanwhile, in Neverland, because Justin's family just kind of walks in and doesn't say anything.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to not terrify the child because I think the lovely monster man is terrifying the child. I mean,
it's just a necessity of my character.
Aaron has to terrify one child.
It's like a character trait, a personality trait. At least though, this time I didn't roll intimidation.
This time you didn't roll intimidation. Going up to him and be like, "Let me in, child." Let me tell you about a drama lunch. Let's talk about a drama lunch.
My intimidation was a +3
for the recording session. We played a steampunk game.
Oh
where Maya. Aaron played a tiefling, I think, another tiefling whose name was a drama lich from the fire plane, and did not understand any customs whatsoever. So they were just thought they were being polite, and they were saying "hello, child," but in like this scary kind of nonsensical way. And that child got so scared that she passed out. Twice. That child is forever going to have
twice,
nightmares.
right?
This was also
No,
while
twice.
Amelia and Ziamara were trying to rob the child of something that the child robbed them of. So we're trying to get it back. Oh, and then
yeah, it's talking about the corn bandit.
Jolie's character knocked out the old woman, and in order to cover up that we were there, she went outside. She put the woman in her bed and put corn everywhere, and then drew on a piece of paper a picture of corn with an angry face, and forever it was known as the Corn Bandit. This is a real thing. And then when we got back to where we were going, there was news of a corn bandit running around. This is a real option. I didn't arcane lock the child.
Well, let me tell her about so they were inside the building trying to get the kid to open the door. And I basically climbed up.
Oh yeah, I also
outside of the house,
locked the child in the room
and smacked my hands against the wall in the window.
I meant, guys.
When I came in through the window,
it's really silly.
I smacked my hands on the windows and I went, "Let me in."
We can tell Cole more about a drama with child abuse adventures later. For now, let's continue with this child abuse
quite the
adventure.
man. He also wore hot pink crocs with the top cropped up that said "baby spot."
Yeah. He was a character. Sam, the girl is like you asked her name, but sword's on the floor, she's still holding it, and she doesn't look very inclined.
Lucas is just gonna sit there with her and try to just continue having like idle conversation.
Okay. What is everyone else doing while Lucas is trying to talk to the child? The window at the bottom of the house you can see is open, and there's some wind coming through, kind of lifting up the flap there a little bit. So everyone outside can hear, not super distinctly, but enough of what's going on inside currently. And Lucas, you can hear a little bit what's going on outside, including Kit Kat rummaging through the pumpkins. So what is Kit Kat, Bator, and Yui doing currently?
Yui's gonna wait and listen by the window.
I imagine, like, stealthily, not, like, obviously.
Yeah.
Just, like, sit next to it, yeah. I got you.
Yep.
What is Bator gonna do?
Same as Yui.
He's typing. Kit Kat, what are you... Oh, Bator's as well? So Bator and Yui are sitting next to the window. Lucas, you might notice them, because I don't really think they're hiding. But the little girl doesn't, at least for now.
I want
Kit Kat,
to know
you were currently by the
this.
pumpkins. What are you doing with the pumpkins?
I'm like just kind of like lifting them up, you know, just kind of messing around with them, and then maybe if I can get my arms fully around a pumpkin, I'm gonna see if I can bust the pumpkin.
So these pumpkins are fucking huge. Now that you're actually trying to like, pick one up and look at it, these things are like 3 foot across. These are the biggest pumpkins you've ever fucking seen. But you can definitely try.
Oh, that's cool.
Are you gonna try and like wrap? Are you gonna try like wrap and bust open? Okay, so you kind of like get down and you try and lift them up as best you can, put it on like a windowsill so you get a better view of it. You don't have to hold it up yourself, and you kind of wrap your arms as much as you can around it. Roll me an athletics check. It's gonna be pretty hard.
All right, 1 second. Let me see. Well, my athletics. Wait, oh shit! I'm clicking on the wrong thing. My athletics is a +5. So
you can also rage and have a bonus to this if you really want.
21, baby.
Holy shit! Don't even need it. Lucas, you're inside talking to this little girl, trying to make small talk. She's not really saying much. When suddenly you hear from outside the sound of a pumpkin caving into the brute strength of this mighty tiefling. Aaron, or Kit Kat, you are covered. I mean, like your entire front is just...
That's fun.
You're wearing pumpkin guts. It is all... You are going to smell like pumpkin for the next several weeks.
That's okay.
But you have a busted up pumpkin in front of you now that you're still kind of holding.
Yes.
Lucas, you hear all this, and I think Cole is away, but Bator, you can like see all this
Lucas is
happening.
kind of like, do you want something to eat? You
what do you?
Must have been in the well for a couple days. What? How long has it been?
It wasn't that long.
Just today?
It happened.
What
today.
happened?
It happened this morning. She's like wringing her hands, and she's gonna look down. She's gonna look back up at you. Can you roll me a straight charisma? No skill.
Give me 18.
She kind of looks up at you, and
Lucas is like digging into the like finding a granola bar or something she can eat.
And nice. And she's like, it happened this morning. The giant, he normally protects the village, but he came and took everyone. We were
took everyone?
I don't know. I fell into the well pretty early on, so I could only hear.
Is she wearing like a jacket or anything?
No, she's like wearing like a cloak and really simple, really rough clothing. It's like peasant clothing. Underneath it, it's all soaked.
Lucas is gonna untie
She looks
his robe from around his waist, and that's gonna like free like his shirt, kind of like puffing at the bottom a little bit, and he's gonna like kind of gingerly hand it over. And he's like, "You," and he's got like something in his hand that she can eat, and he's trying to hand it to her.
Oh, hold on.
He's got his cloak and something she can eat, kind of like gingerly like putting it on the floor and kind of pushing it towards
you were
her.
giving her.
He's like, "You look cold."
Okay, she like takes the heavy sword she's holding and she like puts it
Please
over the stuff,
pick it up,
and she's
that-
like using the
please
sword
pick it
to
up.
like drag
My
it to
mother
her.
gave
It's
me
obviously
that
way
a
too
long
heavy.
time ago.
She doesn't want to move any closer. You can see like a part of the robe is like
Please,
caught,
wait,
like a splinter in the
stop.
floorboard, and it's like starting to
Please
pull it a little
actually
bit.
pick it up. My
And
mother
you
gave me
see
that a
some
very
of it.
long time ago.
She stops.
I can't see what you're doing.
I know, she's just staring at you.
Fine.
Back up.
And I'm not going to do it on here, but he'll do it.
You take a couple steps. You take a couple steps back, and she puts down the sword. She walks over, staring at you, and she picks up the cloak, and she like holds it, and she like, waddles back to her corner before like putting it back on. And she seems a little warmer, and she like starts digging into what you fed her, and she's like, I fell into the well when it happened at first. The big green the green giant. Normally he protects the village from the fog, but he came when we were celebrating, and he normally doesn't come into the town, but I was knocked into the well, and I only heard, but there was fighting, and then there wasn't.
Or you had to go through something like that. The green giant he lives in the forest?
She doesn't say anything, just looks down. Yeah, he lives in the clearing.
Were you perhaps celebrating that giant?
It was one of the elders died recently, and we were celebrating their life. And
I'm
that happened.
really sorry to hear. Do you want some water?
It's okay.
I meant to inject.
She's had enough water for a little while. She's just wringing her hands next to the bed.
Listen, I
wrapped
don't
up in her cloak.
know where your friendly giant took your people or anything, but I
Can you
promise
find them?
you that I will
Can
certainly
you get them
do my
back?
absolute best to find them.
She like looks down.
You wanna
and she's like,
pet my owl? That's my friend North.
She kind of like pats it a couple times. While this is happening, what's everyone else doing? Kitka, you're covered in pumpkin. You
I want
and
to crush another
Bator,
pumpkin.
you can see Kitka. You saw Kitka pick up a fucking 3.5 foot wide pumpkin, wrap their arms around it, and just it going everywhere. So what is everyone currently doing? Kit Kat, you're getting another pumpkin?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You're
Back
just
up,
staring
watch
at Kit Kat is what
Oh
Bator
my
said.
god. What is Yui doing? Is Kit Kat's getting another pumpkin?
I am going to cautiously approach Kit Kat and be like, no. No.
Yes.
No. I think
They're crushing pumpkins.
Blonde.
They're not doing anything.
Lucas, I think he's got it.
Oh, I wasn't going inside. No. I'm smashing pumpkins But
It's not fun.
anyways, yeah. I know it wasn't.
Okay.
Do you want to smash a pumpkin?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
I don't particularly like pumpkin.
You must hate Kitka then, because they reek of pumpkin guts currently. It's terrible. There's like juice and seeds and like those little strings just covering them. It's like in the fibers of their clothing.
The moment you walk up,
stepping away.
you're like,
Far away.
Yeah, you grab another big ass pumpkin and you try again. Roll me another athletics check while Lucas is doing this. Lucas,
I asked her if she wanted to hold North.
You're currently
because
talking
North's
to this
pretty
girl,
warm.
and she kind of like, she doesn't really say anything, but you can tell that she's like, she's like holding it. She likes the warmth, and she's petting it a little bit. And
I'm just kind of looking at North with like these big eyes of like,
he's going with her for now. Suddenly from outside you hear another as Kit Kat destroys another pumpkin. The girl was like, what was that? Is it back? And she stands up and like North falls off of her and she's like freaking the fuck out. And she like picks up the sword that she was holding and like your cloak falls to the floor. She's freaking the hell out.
Let me.
She's like, it's back! It's back! No. I have to. She's like freaking the hell out.
That is, believe it or not, one of my friends. They're not going to hurt you, okay? They're just a little slow. I assume they're probably outside punching pumpkins for fun.
What was that noise? Those are our food.
Oh.
We only have pumpkins like twice a year.
Lucas is gonna start yelling outside.
Stop with the pumpkins.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of my friends is about to go stop them.
Stop. Stop. Please stop with the pumpkins.
She's like trying to peek out the window beside you.
Listen.
She's just like, what is going on out
You
there?
never gave me your
basically.
name.
I'm gonna come up and I'm
No,
like...
do not!
Covered in pumpkins. Lucas, you glance out the window where you see suddenly the little girl's eyes go wide in horror.
I'm gonna run up to her and put my hand over her mouth and be like, this is my friend.
Sauntering up.
Kit Kat, okay? He's not gonna hurt you.
She screams. She's muffled, but she's like...
Yes, I'm like trying to like calm her down. Like, he's not gonna hurt you, okay?
Kit Kat is currently standing menacingly in the window, covered in their food.
Yes, I'm gonna try to look soft and sweet.
Roll me deception? Performance? I don't... Roll me...
Deception or performance?
Sure.
They're all the same for me anyway, so...
I want to ask the girl if she wants to take a ride on a horse, but then I remembered Santiago.
It's a 6.
She like tries to wrench herself from your grasp, Lucas. And she's gonna try and stab Kit Kat through the window with the sword. You don't. As she like moves, it like catches in the floor and like jumps from her hands. It's like almost falls forward onto her face and like catches herself.
Listen, please. I realize he's scary. I realize he's big. Really, he's not going to hurt you, though. I promise. If he does, I'll hurt him. How about
Roll me persuasion with advantage. Because so far, Kit Kat hasn't done anything like actually aggressive. Just be
I
terrible.
saved her from the well.
Yeah.
You mean dirty 20.
You haven't actually. So yeah, that's why Sam's getting advantage to persuade.
Lucas is also saying, in fact, he pulled you out of the well.
She like gives you this nasty side eye, Kit Kat. She obviously does not trust you, Kit Kat, but she seems to calm down, and she's like, "Well, okay." My father would like.
What happened? My Discord just said, "Fuck you."
Actually, I do.
Perfect.
Yeah. What did she say? What did she
I
say?
asked her if she
You
liked
could say?
snakes.
She said yes. She does like snakes a lot.
Buttercup.
You gonna have Buttercup fly down and meet her?
Yeah, but he's gonna like all cute and sit on my shoulder, and then I'm gonna be like, "You want to hold him?"
Oh.
As long as North is
Buttercup kind of like
eat him.
Buttercup kind of like wraps around your neck, not like all the way, but like around the back of it. And,
I'm
like,
covered in
curls
pumpkin. I'm sure
up.
he wouldn't like
And
that.
you can see like a little tongue flick out, and his little cute little beady eyes is looking around, and he's like looking up and he's looking around. He's like, "This child is stupid." As he's like looking cute, he's like insulting her.
Nobody can hear the
It's like,
snake.
stupid little baby child. Yeah, only Kit Kat can hear them. As he's just like, baby child. As he's like, he is actively trying to look as cute as possible though. And the girl is like, I love him. Can I see him?
Yes. I'm like
I swear to God, I'll punch your fucking face in.
I swear to God.
You like hand Buttercup to the child, and he kind of like unwraps from your arm, and he kind of like goes around her arm, and it's like sliding up. She's like, oh, and she like kind of like touches his wings real lightly, real gently, and he's like, you're stupid, right to her face, and she's like, oh, I love you too, and she like boops him. She's like, don't touch me, petulant child. But he's making an active effort to look as cute as possible. He is just taking full advantage of her.
I told you we're not
That's fair. She has very nice snake. He's very nice. Here, and she kind of like hands it back to you, Kit Kat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not back to this one. They're even worse than a child.
like hissing insults back at her.
She's like, oh my god, you can talk to him.
I'm looking at Kit Kat, like, say something nice.
He thinks you're pretty.
I don't. She seems much happier. Only Kit Kat, only you know the truth of the situation, but she seems much happier, and you've kind of like cheered her up a little bit, and she's like smiling. She obviously really likes snakes for some reason, but she's like, I need to go.
You know,
I'm gonna go look for everyone.
It's really dangerous out right now. It's getting darker and stuff.
I know.
Well, if you're that adamant about it, how about you go with us?
At least.
That's what we're going to accomplish doing. I'm more than certain that if we look around and we all do it together, I'm certain we can find them. But for now, we have to be safe and stay here at least one more night.
Okay. Then when you go, I'm gonna stay. I'm scared, but if you can find them, then
I thank you for trusting me. And
she kind of puts down the sword finally, and she puts it like against the wall in a place that looks like it's supposed to go. If that makes sense. Like there's like definite like grooves in the floor from where the sword's been rested for a very long time. And she kind of like just sits back down next to the bed. It doesn't look like she wants to talk too much, but she's
kind of walk up
next to the bed currently.
To the window where I assume Kit Kat is.
What does everyone do?
She's like, thank you.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Lucas is gonna walk back outside the house with North on his head. And he's just like,
Okay.
I may or may not have told a child we were going to go find the rest of the village. I kind of,
Really?
please.
Is that so?
In the
Well,
fog,
good luck with
in the
that.
night,
I shall be going.
I'm sure if you help us find them, I'm sure you can find something in it for you. Possibly help for whatever you're looking for. Perhaps if we work together, we can find whatever both of us are looking for. Many heads are better than one, Miss Yui.
Can you roll me a?
Oh, I thought you were about to say Lucas.
Yui?
A history check?
Yeah.
History. Okay. That is a 9 plus a 3, so that's a 12.
You're from sort of near here, not super, but a little bit. And you've probably heard a couple tales about whatever the green giant they're talking about, or whatever the girl was talking about. From what you've heard, it's like an ancient being that has wandered these woods for a very long time. And from what you've heard, it's at least somewhat intelligent. If there's any kind of serious, in this place, it's probably going to have it.
Well, I do hear tales that this giant isn't exactly dumb.
Description of the giant. I believe you're talking about the
And
Moss
it is
giant,
dark.
if I'm not mistaken. It's the only giant I know of. I mean, aside from the other one. But pretty sure the one you're talking about is the Moss giant. Is it big, green, made of wood? Yeah,
I
that's the
relay
one.
whatever Justin said to you, Lucas.
We ran across it earlier, in fact. Yesterday, was it? Didn't really particularly have anything it was doing other than kind of looking around the clearing we were at, but I assume if we ever want to see it again, we could just go back there.
Well, you aren't wrong about it getting late. And last I checked, we didn't exactly come out of that little tussle unscathed.
My wonderful given abilities.
It's getting much darker now, but as you guys are kind of keeping watch, and you hear Santiago from a little bit across the way yell back at you guys, looks like the fog is starting to lighten up a lot. It's almost like receding back into the wood, if that makes sense.
Lucas, you said your name was?
Wonderful.
Alright. You win. I would be reluctant, but happy to help you with this. Now, I assure you, it's more so because I want to see if I get anything out of it. But that
I
needs to at
agree.
least
Lucas kind of digs in his bag,
okay.
and he's gonna pull out one of those 4 crystals that he found out earlier, and he's like, "How's this for something for you?"
You can tell Yui that looking at it. So let me explain something. The currency in this world are these red crystals. And they come in several different size categories. But the most common thing about the currency is that they're inert. Activated crystals are much harder to find, especially ones with rarer activations. You can tell immediately by looking at these things, these are activated and probably worth
activated,
at
magical,
least something.
Powers something old that I know Bator is working on, but be more than happy to give it to you.
Let me take a closer look at that. Okay, Lucas. Consider my services paid in full for now.
Now, if you don't mind, I'm tired. Yes,
Me too.
This is her full name's Northwind, but I like to call her North. North, be nice. Hello.
Hello, Northwind. It's genuinely nice to meet you.
It kind of like it flaps its wing a little bit, and it gives you like a soft peck on your hand.
She's
before you pull it away.
very well
Nothing
behaved,
that hurts, but
especially after her training with Mother. But
I imagine most owls would have actually run away for a little while.
yeah, she's a pussy. That's the snake,
yeah,
by
Aaron's
the way.
talking
I don't think Aaron can hear. I think Aaron's talking to someone. Yeah. So it's getting quite dark.
So you can
I'm making
the
sure my
owl?
next spell is the one that lets me talk to animals.
Justin, we're gonna have to come up with history for North.
What is everyone doing? Enjoy.
Your snake insulted
By the
North.
way, Aaron. Yeah, you didn't hear, but Lucas was talking about how like well behaved North is, and your snake basically verbally spit at him.
Can North and Buttercup understand each other? Is it like an animal thing? Or
they don't talk to each other.
I assume
but they're
I
a
like to imagine that North.
What the other is, if that makes
I
sense.
like to imagine that North
they're able to better
interpret
each other.
Okay.
Oh yeah, North is just completely ignores the snake. Like Buttercup is like constantly like flying around them, taunting them, like trying to eat
North
me,
is like
bitch.
North is like that
And
kind of
North
like
just completely
you know, like
ignores
that
them.
preppy person's like whatever. She's not pretentious. I would just say she's very humble. She's
Pretentious
like, I don't
owl. Anyway, it's getting quite dark.
I mean, there's plenty of beds to sleep in, so Lucas is going towards this one over here, and he's like, I'm gonna stay in this one.
Where's everyone going? So just texting on this
one.
Yes. Kit.
I'm gonna go, Lucas.
There's 2 more, yes.
There are more beds in there.
Okay.
He's gonna smell, the whole house is gonna reek.
Yeah, so you walk into the house,
go jump in the water
covered in pumpkin guts. You like take a few steps. It's just getting everywhere. It's like endlessly coming off you. There's just more and more. It's like in your pockets, and like it's Lucas. You see Kitka walking in.
How about you go jump in the water first and take a bath to get the rest of that pumpkin off of you? You really wouldn't want to. You really wouldn't want to. Yeah, maybe you should just go take a bath.
Okay.
Maybe you should go find the water.
Are you gonna go jump in the
or something?
Lake
in the pond, yeah. Yes, I have a couple of questions. Ooh. Somebody touched my butt? What?
Oh. Is Bator still here? Oh, so Bator's in the house with Lucas as well. So I'm gonna move him in there. Are you taking the far right bed, Bator? He'll answer in a second. So you're going to the lake, Aaron. Lucas, Bator's in the house with Lucas. Lucas
is sitting up, kind of like writing in his journal.
Wow, Kitka is gonna go take a bath.
he's kind of like scribbling down
Okay.
what he's kind of like
Just
learned
scribbling
and what
down
he's
what's
thinking
happening
about right
today,
now.
like,
Just
making
kind of
sure to
also,
record everything.
and then like on like another page, he's probably like started like doodling just random stuff just to kind of keep his mind busy. He's also kind of like thinking about how long it's been.
Nice.
And like, I don't know if anybody hears this, but under his breath, he goes, "Oh dear Lord, I hope Mom and Dad are not freaking out," as they probably.
And what are you doing, Yui? And Bator, you hear a couple mumbles from Lucas. Kitka, you're still at the lake. What are you doing, Yui?
I might as well just take that last bed.
Is it the middle one?
Yes.
What about Kit Kat? Oh no! Oh, you snooze, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
You wash, you
You get covered in
you
pumpkin,
wash,
you
you
lose.
lost.
If Kit Kat hadn't,
Nobody
if
wants
Kit
to
Kat
come.
hadn't come to the,
Nobody wants to come
Come
to
to
water
see
His,
skiing.
another
his
house,
like cloak, and he's kind of
period.
like bundles it up for North to sleep in, on like one of the end tables. And he puts his glasses in with her, and he's like, "If I can't find these, please
Okay.
bring them to me."
Yui, you're currently in the middle bed, right?
Yes.
You kind of sit down on the bed, making sure it's all good, and you feel something underneath the covers. Opening them up, you pull out what looks to be like an old storybook. Not like professionally made or anything. It looks like it was like almost homemade and somewhat old. It doesn't have a cover or anything. You flip through and you see some like hand drawn like, pictures. Are you gonna read through it or are you gonna put it down?
I'm gonna read through it.
Okay, we'll skim through it. It looks to be a fairy tale of sorts, like a bedtime story about the Moss Giant. Probably written by someone in this village some time ago. You want to read through it a little bit and see what it says?
Mm-hmm.
So it details the story very, very fairy tale-like and very loosely and very fancifully of a soldier, a woodsman who went off to fight a war, who left a waiting wife at home, who apparently it kind of skips over pretty much every detail there is. It talks about how he was brave in the war and how he was merciful yet strong, and then it suddenly returns and it says he returns back to the wood he came from. That his wife had passed away along with the rest of his family during a great famine, and that this woodsman fell into a great sorrow. The fairy tale kind of gets a little confusing at some point. Can you roll me a roll me intelligence or wisdom? Actually, no. Roll me insight. That's the one. Roll me insight.
Insight. Okay.
Mhm.
That was a natural 20.
That's fantastic. Looking through this, as a bard yourself, as someone who kind of like deals with stories and tales and stuff like that, you can tell that this is almost certainly like an oral tradition that was passed down for a long time that someone decided to write down into a book. And it's obviously got a little confused, and it's obviously there's a little bit some details missing. But hold on, I'm sorry. You can definitely tell this is a very long-standing oral tradition, most likely. And as you read through it, it's pretty interesting because it details how apparently the woodsman one day disappeared for some reason. And it says that he claims he found some underground world, basically, this underground labyrinth. And through that labyrinth, he found something, mass. And the fairy tale kind of talks about how he brought it back and he showed it off to the village. None of the villagers really cared. Only he really connected with it for some reason. And one day, the woodsman was left, and all that remained was the Moss Giant. And the fairy tale kind of talks about how in the summer, fires aren't allowed because they could badly hurt the Moss Giant. Fires before have hurt it badly, and you could hear its sorrowful moans throughout the forest. And in the winter, when it rains, you can see its branches and its leaves and the foliage that makes up the moss giant freezing over and crackling as it struggles to move. But even through the summer heat and the winter cold, it's obvious that the fairy tale makes a very big point on how the moss giant forever patrols the woods. No one knows for what. The fairy tale kind of says, like, perhaps he patrols the woods looking for his lost wife. But it doesn't really say anything definite. But it's like he patrols the woods forever, protecting the town, searching for something in Hisara. And it's just kind of the synopsis. But yeah, that was the fairy tale. It was a little interesting. It was pretty short, and it was obviously some kind of oral tradition. But yeah. Kitka, all this is happening. You have made your way to the large ponds. It's more than a pond, we'll call it. You don't see any movement. You gonna dive in? You jump up and you. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes me a little nervous now that there's not anything in there, though.
You jump up and you splash into the water, and all your gross orange guts kind of like bleed everywhere, and like the water is very clear and very clean. It was.
It's not anymore.
Yeah, you got lots of pumpkin in there. And you kind of like wait for a second, almost expecting something to start batting you around, but the water spirits never come. And after a few minutes of kind of like messing around in the water, just trying to like not really clean, but yeah, basically let it clean you. Clean quotation marks. You like climb your way out, and you kind of glance over one last time. Doesn't seem to be anything in there. Do you want to do anything while you're here, or are you gonna head back to the house?
Well, I guess there's not really anything to do since the water spirits aren't there for me to like mess around with, I guess. I mean, maybe when I get back to the town, I'll investigate some of those other buildings we haven't been into.
Sure.
What's Santiago doing?
What is what? Santiago is currently. It's not too late now, and Santiago's not too tired since they weren't really hit much. So currently, they're just kind of almost patrolling the town, walking around, glancing down all the alleyways into the fog walls and such. Just really keeping an eye out on everything and like is prepared to like shout if they see anything. The fog's receded obviously a lot, and it's pretty much gone by now. But they're making sure to keep an eye on anything that's out there. Although they're looking tired, they're probably going to stop in one of the houses pretty soon. Kitka, you're making your way back to the town. You're about there. What is everyone else doing?
Writing in his book, but he's also like looking over at Yui as she's like reading that book. And like, what do you got there? Mind if I take a read?
Looks like a small fairy tale.
Yeah. Mind if I take a read?
About our little friend.
He's gonna take it and he's gonna read through it rather quickly.
Go ahead.
Okay. You glance through it and get pretty much the same information that Yui did.
I mean, it's a fable for sure. I mean, the war thing kind of stands out a little bit, but that's other things that we're not going to go over. Too late right now.
Such a sad story, really. Leaving to go to war and then
can only
coming back
imagine
to find everyone you loved is gone.
And honestly, it's hard to even imagine that, you know? Oh, hell yeah, I can roll you an intelligence check, Justin.
Lucas, can you roll me an intelligence check?
$21. 18 plus 3.
Okay, I think I'm good now.
One part that really interested you personally, Lucas, that kind of caught your attention equally as much as the war, maybe more, was the story of how the woodsman apparently somehow found himself in the underground world or like a labyrinth of some kind. It's not really detailed at all or expanded upon into the story itself. It's really just briefly mentioned. But it's still very interesting because it says that he found something deep within that labyrinth, that mask of some kind that connect you.
Lucas is gonna kind of hold it in his other hand, and with his quill, he's gonna put his book down on a bed and start writing it verbatim.
Okay. Bator, what are you doing? I keep seeing you typing in chat. You never answer.
I'm watching Lucas do this.
Okay.
Finally, my phone's charged enough.
Oh shit. You sound really weirdly muffled again, but we can at least hear you now.
Yeah, I'm using Apple earbuds.
Okay. So
Is
what
Bator
Bator
just
doing?
snoring that ass up?
No, I'm gonna.
I pass on the same information.
The story about.
Okay. You read the story as well, Bator, real quick. Kit Kat, you make your way back into town. You are back down here. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Everybody's in that other building.
See. I'm trying to
that
see
one
which
girl's
buildings.
sleeping in the master bedroom.
I guess I'll go.
Just saying though, if you want rotten meat to eat, bro, there's a whole butcher shop.
I guess I'll go.
You eat rats!
Why do you make that sound like that would be something that Kitka would eat?
You tried to eat a raw rat in the town.
Rat. You crushed
the
two
rat
pumpkins.
The rat's not for me, bro.
Why was your mouth over the hole?
No. Are there any rats around?
There might be some rats around here. It's the forest, so there might be some like field mice or something.
Probably not after a thunder wave went off. Everything is 300 feet to here.
I guess I'll keep an eye out for mice. And go to check out this building with the little light on it right here.
You pass by Santiago, who's keeping an eye on everything. He's like, what are you doing?
Partner.
It's getting pretty late. Getting pretty late around here.
Find rats.
I'm just coming to check out things, look around.
I can understand that, but make sure to keep on your toes.
Okay.
You head in and you see what seems to be what you will assume is a hunter's lodge or something. A place which definitely looks like the person who gathers the food lives. There's a small corner and there's a small ladder in the corner of the room that leads up to more like storage and more like a kitchen area. Do you want to look around a little bit, or?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be anything of interest in there, though.
I'm not gonna have you roll. You glance around. You open some crates. There's really not super anything. There's a couple like bows and stuff. If you want to try them out, they're not particularly powerful. They're more for hunting than combat. There's some meat that was left out. It looks like you had planned to cure it or something, but got distracted by something in the middle of it. So it's getting kind of gross in here. It's been in here for like a whole day. So
okay. Are there any? Maybe I should go look up in the second floor to see if there's any mice.
I'm gonna put you a little metagamey here, Aaron. Real quick, please. You really want mice? There's a very specific building which would answer your wishes. There's not that many buildings in this. There's not that many buildings. You can find it if you look.
Okay. So yeah, I guess that's just I'll just go around and look at the other buildings that we haven't been into yet. I guess that's really.
You want to just check them out all? I'll check out all of them. I'll just reveal them.
Yeah. What are these like red things next to this building over here?
They're mushrooms.
Oh.
Oh god.
How big are the mushrooms?
They're very large. It's obvious that whatever grows in this forest grows pretty
I
damn
knew you were gonna ask that.
Could I eat it?
You could, sure.
Wait, or do I have to roll something to see if they're poisonous or not?
Roll me nature.
You technically don't have to, but you should.
Oh wait, 1 second. I'm pulling up the wrong things. My nature. I
I
said
really
15.
wish. One of my biggest problems with 5e is that there's so many skills that you just barbarians and fighters won't ever use. You know what I mean? Like
And that includes
barbarians and
mushroom
fighters.
identification.
Well, in my opinion, barbarians and fighters really need like utility skills, like a war understanding skill or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just it's a personal thing I have with 5e. What did you roll for your nature?
Technically, the
I
samurai
rolled a
does.
15.
What, a 15? You don't think these are poisonous? They're probably used for like a broth or something. They're probably fine. They don't look very tasty uncooked, but you can definitely try. Also, logic states that if there were poisonous mushrooms in this village with children, they probably would have gotten rid of all of them.
I mean, well, would Kitka really be able to have that kind of intuition, considering he lives in a swamp?
That's fair.
To be seen yet.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll go ahead and I mean, I'll pick one up and use it later. Maybe I don't know. Eat it later.
Just gather a couple mushrooms.
Yeah. Is this
Put
little
down on
girl
your
gonna get
sheet.
mad at me again?
Put down on your sheet, like 3 mushrooms. 3 huge mushrooms.
Okay.
Are you gonna check out anything else in the buildings? What is everyone else
go
doing?
ahead.
What's happening by the way? Is anyone doing anything, or is it just Aaron who's kind of moving around? Where did Sam go?
Sam said she was going to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Bator and Yui, then, are you two doing anything, or is Kit Kat just kind of exploring a little bit?
I actually have to go to the bathroom as well.
Yeah.
What about you, Yui?
Yui is pulling out a deck of cards. Same cards I told you about when we were talking the past few days.
I'm back.
And
You
she's
love
basically
me.
just going to be
I'm
playing
back.
with them.
Okay. Hello. Aaron is currently muted herself.
Like I said, I was
So,
waiting what
back to them
interested
in
me
the
for
back. What are you
verbatim.
currently doing, Lucas? Lucas, you see Bator is looking through the... Yeah, you can see Bator is currently writing down, he's currently reading through the fairy tale, just flipping through it a little bit. Yui has pulled out a deck of what looks to be like very nicely artistic.
Lucas is getting really surprised about how
cards.
similar they are, and
Can't
he's
really
kind of
see
like,
what else
you
it is.
have also a very nice deck of cards. Lucas is gonna pull out his really ornate cards,
Yes.
and he's gonna kind of go, I have my own set as well. Mm-hmm. I only use them for a spell, but
Oh, really?
it requires it, so.
I see.
Lucas's look a little more official, maybe a little more bought than yours. Yours are obviously more, however, Lucas's definitely look a little bit more like they were actually crafted by someone whose job was to make that. If that makes sense. So there's a little less passion, I suppose you could say.
Thank you. I had them made a long time ago.
Ornate.
Yeah, I needed them. Yeah, I needed them
Oh,
for a
really?
spell.
A long time
And
ago. You
I
said.
realized that I couldn't, when reading about that one, I realized I couldn't perform it without using a deck of cards, dragon bones, something expensive needed. And luckily, with how much money I had from Mother, who really, really shouldn't have given me that much money, I was able to get the cloak that North is sitting in, and it's more. Shut up!
Oh my god! I just had too much cash, cold hard
I was
money.
saying,
Oh my gosh!
Justin, that's not what he was saying. He was saying that he didn't. Justin, his allowance was what he used, and his mom gave him a little too much. So instead of saying anything, he went ahead and spent his entire allowance to get the cards. Yeah, I really.
Oh dear me!
Justin, you're so mean.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yui
It's
is
basically what you
smiling,
said.
but there is a noticeable twitch in her eyebrow, and she's basically saying, "Oh, you're the stuck-up rich kid who has who has never had to scrounge for a day in his life."
Oh, I thought she was saying that. I was just like, well, let's
That's
not
what
get
she's
out on the
thinking,
wrong
not
foot
saying.
here.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of like sits there and he looks at him and he's like, I really don't like flaunting them anyway. I just found it funny that you also had a similar deck of cards. That's so.
The cards do tell you a lot of things.
Hmm.
Yes. The illustrations, the stories, the interpretations. Sometimes, depending on
That's
what you need, if you have
precisely
a question,
what
you
I
can get
plan
an
to do
answer.
tomorrow.
Are you back, Aaron?
My mom was talking.
Gotcha. You good now?
Have I what?
Yeah,
Have you? Have you ever had your
Not
fortune
exactly.
told,
No.
Lucas?
Father says fortunes are
Aaron, look at roll 20.
something about blasphemy or something, but I don't ever listen to him. I think not knowing things and things that are unknown are the most exciting. I think knowing about a lot of things and knowing about everything is like I want to understand how a lot of things work. And if fortunes are a way that I go about trying to figure that out, I am more than happy to take any step or cross any precaution necessary or anything that I shouldn't do to go and find it. I'm not out to find gold or anything. I'm just out to really just learn. Mm-hmm.
To learn.
Gain knowledge. Anything.
About what?
My family
gain knowledge.
Never left home. Never let me leave home. They always sent me. And when I did leave home, they'd send me on the safest missions. And Father never let me do the family's work. One time we were. Maybe that's a better story for another time. I just want to go out and learn about things that I never got to go and do. My father and mother are very overprotective. Never let me leave unless they sent me out on things, and I spent my entire 18 years of life on Ethereum. And I know everything there is to possibly know about that island, but I know nothing about anything else. And I want to. So, here we are.
Aaron, that one.
I tried.
But
sorry, guys, continue.
Forgive me for my rambling. You said something about being told a fortune or something.
Well, fortune telling won't give you your direct answers. If you're going to ask it, am I going to be a famous novelist? The chances are there's a good chance that you won't get an immediate answer. You're more likely to get your short-term answers. Like, say,
okay,
I give you a 3-card spread. Would you like to have your fortune told? This time for free. Because your rambling is kind of
sure. He shuffles the deck with his eyes kind of closed and with a smile on his face. He's thinking about his the magic he's gained the last 3 years, and he's kind of shuffling it around and kind of picking cards. He's taking cards and doing this with them and stuff, and he's just generally just shuffling them around.
Should I describe? So how do you want to do this? Do you actually want this to be a legitimate fortune, Yui, or what? Is this something that you want to basically roleplay, or should I, as DM, tell you what you see in the cards?
I'll actually do this for this one, Justin, because this is actually a fortune spread that I've been practicing recently.
Ooh,
I think that's super
very
fun.
Cool.
Which is where I got the idea from.
Very cool.
I also,
That's
for just meta's sake, Sammy, I already have the cards picked up for him. Okay.
I assume he hands you back the deck when he's ready.
Have you handed me back the deck?
Aaron, chat.
Okay. So, we'll do a simple 3-card spread. Your past, your present, and your immediate future. Now, bear in mind that these won't give you particularly serious details. But let's take a look. So I put the 3 cards on. The card on the far left is the Lovers.
Okay.
The card in the middle is the Hierophant, and the card on the right is the Moon. The Lovers is your past. It doesn't surprise me too much. You mentioned before that your family cared about you very much, perhaps to the point of being a little bit too overprotective. The Lovers focuses on connections that you make with other people, not just like a boyfriend, a girlfriend, but your family, the people that you're with. They mold and they form
All right.
who you are, who you will be. The Hierophant...
It's
For
okay.
context, I have trouble with the Hierophant, so I'm making this up.
Nice.
The Hierophant is your present, your guide, your conflict, your spiritual being. The challenge is that it's you have people around you. I can't tell whether or not they care about you, but they will be very important in your life. However, your immediate future is guided by the Moon. Hesitation, frustration, potential misery. Perhaps a conflict, something will put you in conflict with someone within the immediate future. Or perhaps they'll do something that makes
Justin's just laughing because I feel like he's thinking about characters.
I'm loving both of what's happening here. So this is amazing because 2 things are happening here right now. This is happening, which Yui, I gotta say,
save in the chat.
I love what you're doing because this is like spot on, right? Like this worked really well for like stuff I have planned. It's fucking fantastic. I have no idea how you got this.
No, that's why I saw Justin going like
notes,
this,
right?
because I was like, he's thinking about
and
characters,
also,
isn't he?
Aaron's character. Yeah. Also, Aaron's character just drank a random strange brew they found in a house.
Y'all are gonna come
So
get my
I had to roll a
ass!
con save. They rolled an 11. So I have to describe that now.
Continue with the moon. Continue with the moon, and we'll go
You
get
guys
him.
continue what you were doing.
Okay. Frustration, hesitation, misery. Your now
potential misery.
What was the last thing I said, Sammy? Potential misery. It could be something serious. Perhaps someone could betray you. Or it could be something as simple as, I don't know, you lose your precious journal and you with it a lot of your information. Or maybe someone will hurt you. Unfortunately, with this spread, I can't really give you anything more beyond that. But perhaps there will be a brief bit of misfortune while we're searching for this moss giant.
I would hope not, but Lucas has been watching like you really intently. He's like kind of impressed. He's like, you can read all that from a card. Go ahead.
You can read It's the illustrations.
I can only perform a spell, and that's only going to kind of tell me if it's going to go good, bad, or neutral within the next 30-minute course of action I take. I plan to do this tomorrow.
Well, I can't. Well, I can't cast spells with my cards.
I think that's
what could happen within the wayside.
Kind of cool. Where is Kitka? I thought they'd be back by now. And Lucas is gonna stand up and pick up his glasses.
Okay, since we're jumping over to this, suddenly, Kit Kat, you trip over. Everything is so pink and wobbly, and you smash into the middle table that you can see in the house.
just
Glass
break it in
shatters. The wood breaks into pieces. You fall on
You're
your
a fucking
ass.
idiot.
Your snake is just looking at you, going. The village is pretty small, so I think Lucas and Yui and Bator, as you guys are talking and having this little thing, you guys suddenly hear a very distant
I think
crash,
I found him.
along with the sound of glass breaking and shattering. Kit Kat, everything is so pink and wobbly. You're like, dude. I don't. Everything's wobbly. Take me some damage from 2 sources.
Oh my god, I keep getting
Lucas is gonna get up, babe, while you're deciding
So
this,
you take-
and he's going to grab his glasses and kind of shake North a little bit. He's like, "Come help me look, please."
Aaron, you
I'm
only
almost
take
scared
2
to see.
damage from falling on the table. Okay, so go and take out 2 damage. However, you take 3 damage from poison damage. You also have the poison condition now on you.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad. The poison condition gives you disadvantage on stuff, but you hopefully shouldn't be making too many more rolls today. And hopefully,
He needs some milk.
He needs to go to sleep. He needs a nap.
Yes, he does. So you take 5 damage in total, and you are stumbling around this house. You're smashing all of you're still bruised on the higher shelves that you can't quite reach. So, you slam into a table and you knock the ladder to the side, and a large crate from the second floor crashes down and it breaks open. There's a whole bunch of frogs in there that were all still alive, and now they're all jumping around this little hut. They're all riveting, and there's dozens and dozens of frogs. And Santiago pokes their head and they're like, well, shit. And they take their head back out and they walk
Look.
away.
Yeah, we're just about to leave the
Lucas
house,
and
and before
North,
he
you're
leaves the room, he's like,
currently
"You guys are free
looking
to come
for
look
Kit,
if you
right?
want, but I think I know where they are."
Please come get me.
That's acceptable.
I think I'm good.
Thanks.
Be careful.
Cole, that was fantastic, and the look on Justin's face was like, "How the fuck do you know all this?"
That was fantastic. You got some pretty good predictions in there, I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks.
So, Lucas, you make your way out of the house if you want to move yourself from there. You kind of follow your way towards the sound of the crashing, and you see Santiago leaving this area, walking kind of back towards, in this direction. Hold on.
I'm gonna meet up with him and be like,
if you see that,
where is he?
I think one of our party members has found themselves in a little bit of a pickle. And you hear the sounds of crashing and wood and glass breaking, and a lot of rivets, from the other house. Kit Kat, it's just so cool. Everything's
pick up frogs.
It's the world's made of jelly. What's your snake's name again? I keep forgetting.
Buttercup.
Buttercup is having the time of his life. He's flying around. He's snatching up frogs. He's like, oh, and this is way too much for a snake.
Lucas.
He's gonna die of overeating at this rate.
Lucas is going to quickly run back over. I assume we have full health again, right? Oh, I had 24
no,
anyway.
not take a long rest.
But
I don't.
We've taken enough for a short rest, haven't we? How long has it been?
No.
Has it been an hour?
Not enough for a short
Not
rest.
very long.
It's 30 minutes.
Well, there goes my plan. There goes my plan.
It's almost been an hour, but stuff is still happening.
Short rest is not happening yet. You poke your head in the
I won't
door,
follow Lucas.
and like
Bator
a
said he's
dozen
following.
frogs are like jumping around your feet. There's like 24 more inside the house. There's like shattered glass all over the floor. Kitkat is stumbling around, hitting walls. They're like covered in their own blood and stuff from like glass shards sticking out of them. They look like they're about to throw up. They've gone from like their own pink to like greenish.
Can I find
They don't
whatever's
look like they're in a
done
great
this to
state
them?
currently.
Oh no.
Can I investigate to look?
You have no idea what it was. You can roll me investigation, sure.
16. Probably not enough, but 16. 11 plus 5, 16.
What was it? Yeah, you don't know. Kitkat, if you were coherent, you'd know that you dropped the brew and it shattered on the floor, so it would be really hard to tell what they drank. There's still more on the shelves, though,
are
if
you,
you want to try and get some of those.
Why don't you, come to bed? Get some rest. You, look a little green.
Pink. Is it pink?
Lucas is, like, moving a
He's
lot.
like-
Bator was behind me.
Bator, you're leaving the house as well, you said?
Yeah, I was gonna follow Lucas.
Okay, so Bator, you're right behind Lucas. You're looking in. You can see this whole situation as well. Kitkat, you see Bator's head poking through the door. Man, Bator and Lucas, they're like mixing together. You don't know what's going on. They've like got like the same face and stuff, and you're not really sure if they're there.
Are they still laying in the broken table?
You got any idea what's
Oh
affecting
no, they're
them?
like they're stumbling around at
kinda-
this point.
Okay.
So he's trying to pick up frogs.
If I had spells, I could if I had enough, I could possibly figure it out.
really.
But Kit, why don't you come with me and we can find you a wonderful pink bed to sleep in. Yeah, it's pink. It's real pink.
Yeah.
Pink?
Pink.
Oh shit. I was
That's
really gonna
me.
have to
Can
like,
you-
drag him.
Can you drag
out
him,
of
Bator?
the
Because I don't know if you know this, but I have the strength of an uncooked noodle.
building. It's fucked up.
And Lucas is gonna try to help.
Right.
They unless Kitkat is actively resisting this, are you?
He might get a little extra wobbly, like he's gonna try to walk on his own a little bit, but
Okay.
it's not gonna work.
I'm not gonna have
It's
you
not
roll
gonna
for
work.
this, but like
Okay.
you're like stumbling around, but you like fall a couple times.
I'm
like,
gonna bring
Bader and Lucas
him-
manage, like,
I'm
just
gonna bring
barely
him
catch
to
you.
this area, not
and
there.
eventually
I'm gonna
you
bring him
guys-
to this
Okay.
bed over here. This really large one. Yeah.
that bed. Okay.
Where's that
Um,
one? I didn't look.
You make your way there. While you're in there, I'll move you there as well, Bader. Kitkat, if you can move yourself to the house. Bader, and
Sure.
Lucas, while you're there, can you roll me a investigation or perception check?
8, 9. 19.
That's an
Investigation.
investigation.
On what? So the two of you notice this house is a little different from the others. This side of the house is very expensive and very not luxurious, but more luxurious than the rest of the houses here. You've got like a really nice table, you've got like pie, you've got like a really nice couch, the beds are really comfortable, along with even like a dresser with a mirror. On this side, however, you can see a practice dummy and a sword on the floor. The dummy's got lots of scratches in it, nothing like substantial, but it's almost like someone's been practicing pretty regularly, along with a chest and a pile of papers. The pile of papers are interesting because they detail what looks to be correspondence, letters between several people. It looks like someone was communicating with someone who's a part of something called the Raid.
Hell yeah, I can roll you history.
Can both of you roll me history real quick?
By the way, Justin, I can read all writing, so if it's in a different language, I can read it. He said, so
Like
history. Give me that unnat 20.
Well, 12.
What did you get, Bator? 12?
Have I ever heard of this?
That's not right.
Yeah, 12.
You don't really know what that is, Bator.
Adept reader.
Lucas, you know a little more since you're a little bit more of a scholarly type. Yeah, the Raven Watch is a group of knights and like-minded people. It can really be anyone. It's kind of a militia.
Whoa.
But they
Repeat
only
it.
really
Whoa.
accept
Repeat
and
it
train really hard
because it
people.
got really slow
They're
just
normally
then.
pretty good fighters.
I didn't hear anything.
The Raven Watch is it's kind of like a guild. It's more like a faction or an organization, though. And they primarily exist of pretty well-trained fighters, knights, paladins, stuff like that. Anyone who can join, they normally train up, and typically you've got stronger people in there. But they typically seek down and hunt out the undead. And looking through these notes, it looks as though someone from the Raven Watch recently visited this place. But it says they were due to arrive yesterday. But that's kind of all you can really tell from the letters. Oh,
Sir Fitzroy Maplecourt, Knight Nipsonchi in the Realm of Good Castle. I'm sorry. No, it's Michael!
Sir Michael.
I am sorry, that's just got me so off guard. I was like, no, it's not Michael, don't do that.
Where is it?
Elf boy.
Fictional Amelia's boyfriend. I love them. They're cute.
Boyfriend.
Besides the point, though. I would die.
If we have
I would die.
Michael
If Michael reappeared, I'd be like...
Titanus needs to reappear. Okay. I need to have my gross scientist.
Yeah, we need Titanus to come back!
It's not fair.
Titanus? Oh, God.
Yes!
Venevere. Have I ever heard of that name?
Sir Bedivere. No, you've not. And from the letters, it looks like he's probably a lower level member of the Raven Watch. Apparently, he was being sent here for something small, just to deal with spirits and stuff like that. Happened to be in the forest, but apparently he got here.
Are there more letters I haven't looked over yet?
A lower level Raven Watch member. That's pretty much most of the correspondence. No.
Is there what other letters are there? Or is that just it? I would say I'm gonna take them to read, but since you said that's everything, I'm gonna leave them where they are.
What's in the chest?
Bator's asking about the chest.
Okay. Bator, what were you asking?
What's in the chest?
You pop it open, it's not unlocked. You see a lot of older, you would guess maybe hand-me-down shields, swords. Not a lot. There's like a couple. But some there's like a rusty short sword in there. There's like a shield. There's maybe an old war axe or one side's fallen off. Just really old hand-me-down weapons and armor and stuff. Nothing really crazy. You could look through it to see if there's anything you'd like, but you can tell just from a glance that it's not really
anything of interest in there.
Okay, I'll just close it.
Okay.
I see there's a ladder over here, Justin. Where does this go?
Rusty weapons.
So if you look at every single house, they all have a ladder. Every house is an upstairs area that's primarily used for storage, kind of like an attic. Although it's more like a second.
Can I go up in there?
Really like a second floor. That it's all used for storage. Sometimes basic furniture, sometimes basic kitchen stuff. Yeah, sure. You head up the ladder. You don't really see anything too interesting. There's several crates filled with what looks to be maybe home memorabilia. All more expensive stuff. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Probably your level of luxury, Lucas. If that makes sense. So higher middle class, give or take. Some mirrors.
Can I kind of look at the family memorabilia?
But nothing
Because
crazy.
I'm trying to get a picture of who we're trying to look for.
Sure. You glance through it and you see really old pictures. Photos do exist in this world, so do cameras. Very basic old ones that are in black and white. But you look through it and you see some old, very, very old pictures. It looks like they've almost been forgotten about. They're started to fall apart a little bit, but almost like they've only recently started to be taken care of, if that makes sense. Looking through them, though, you see a picture of a very young-looking man, probably in his early 20s, just barely older than you, Lucas. It's an older photo, but a very young-looking man. You can't really tell the color of his hair.
Is it dark or
Just
light?
be
Because a
very
picture
thin
in
hair
black and white would pick that
kind of
up.
almost seems to float off his head, even in the picture.
Like my
It
kind of
looks-
light,
it
like
looks
blonde
it
light,
it's
like
much
mine,
lighter.
or
It's very
darker?
light. Like blonde or even white, you would guess. Next to him, you can see a woman, a little older, who has.
Does she
similar
remind me of the
color,
woman that I had
hair.
met?
I'm standing next to them. They're both humans. There are some
The
other
one that
families
I saw.
that you met.
Hmm.
Gold.
Oh, the one in the town? No, there's not. It's not look like her. You gonna look through some more? Bator, what are you currently doing? Well, Lucas is up there.
I'm gonna go out to the house that's next to this one. That's got the hay bales beside it.
This one?
That one.
Okay.
I feel like
what
Kit
is
Kat's
Yui
just
doing
having a
currently?
grand
And
old
Kit
time on
Kat.
that pink bed.
Yeah, Kit Kat, like
Asleep.
Bator and Lucas are like going through shit, but you're like passing the fuck out, Kit Kat.
Yeah.
We'll take a long rest in a minute
Oh,
once people are done exploring a little bit.
Yui
You can
is a-
try. You want to try and get over what's currently afflicting you, Kit Kat?
You can roll another con save.
Am I gonna try to get over it?
You want to try? So, since you're
Yeah, but I
poisoned,
have-
you have disadvantage on all rolls. So roll me a con save with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, one is a 22.
It's the other one.
The other one's a 20.
Seriously?
Was that a nat 20 as your
You rolled
disadvantage?
disadvantage and your lowest number is a 20? Aaron, that's pretty fucking good.
This is my
What's
saving
Yui
throw
doing?
is a 5.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
Okay, cool. We just texted in chat. So suddenly you feel something in your stomach, and it almost hurts.
Throw up.
It feels like you're like bloated, and you can feel it like, and you just like let out this enormous belch. And Lucas, you glance over down at the bottom floor, and you can see this almost visible purplish pink haze coming from their mouth.
Oh.
Kit Kat, you feel fine now. You're still a little woozy, but you're feeling much
Yay.
better.
Do I hear this belch from over where I am?
You hear
Echo.
you hear the faintest echo of a burp. Like, for yonder, what do I hear? 'Tis a burp, I believe.
Fair
The
enough.
faintest thing. Bator, you're heading into that house. You glance in. I've already uncovered it. If you want to look at the map, it looks pretty simple. You think this is probably a woodsman's hut or something. You see loads of wooden logs, along with a couple axes and a hatchet that look pretty well taken care of for the most part. Along with a half-eaten plate of food that has already begun spoiling. Aside from that, there's not a lot in this house.
What's upstairs?
You glance upstairs as well. You just see like stacks of firewood and other stuff. It almost looks like they're preparing for winter, but it's like 2 seasons too early. Some of the wood in here is really old as well. They never got around to using it. There's also some other like just basic supply stuff like food, rations if you want to take any of those. Nothing super catches your eye though.
I'll take those rations.
Right, you can add 5 rations to your rations.
Okay.
You get there, Sam?
There you go.
So
Lucas?
Kit Kat, you're feeling fine. What is everyone doing currently? It's getting pretty late, and it's getting quite dark. Santiago is walking by the house, and he pokes his head into the one you guys are currently in, and he's like, It's getting pretty late, y'all.
Yeah,
We
Lucas
had
is kind of
pretty
walking
soon.
back
We don't
down,
wanna
and he's
do
like,
that fog stuff.
I'm gonna go turn in. And Lucas is gonna go right back towards the house.
He heads to the house that you're in, Bator, and Santiago sticks their head in and it's like, hey, get down here. We're gonna be turning in pretty soon.
Okay. I'm at.
Okay, I think Santiago's probably gonna go to this house here. Kitka, are you staying in that bed there?
I went back to where I was
gonna take
and
a
got
nap.
in the bed on
Where's
before I
everyone
left.
going tonight? Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yui,
in far right bed.
okay, I'll move you up.
Mhm.
Kit Kat, you're currently in that bed. Okay.
Get all your
Everyone good?
spell slots back.
So you can go ahead and take a long rest, which means upping your health, full spell slots, all that jazz.